right. What's up and welcome back, hunters, to your favorite show about all things Monster Hunter Iceborne, The Loading Screen. If this is your first time tuning in, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jin Fury, and I'll be one half of your broadcasting team tonight. As usual, I am honored to be joined by the gargantuan gunner himself, Phemeto.
Hey there, hunters. Welcome back to The Loading Screen episode. I think it's 10 now we're on. So woohoo, milestone, double digits. Okay, so today's guest with a microphone and a beer in their hand is none other than Cups himself. Another good streamer buddy of ours. He streams like 5 days a week or so on Twitch. Yeah. Go check him out. Thank you for joining us today, Cups.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. What's up, gamers? It's me, Cups. I play Monster Hunter on Twitch. Like they said, I'm live, anywhere from like 3 to 5 days a week or something like that. I play mostly Monster Hunter World, played a little bit of GU. I tried a day of 4U, but I couldn't get Citra to agree with me. So I main charge blade, but I learn, I kind of make it a mission to try to learn as many of the weapons as I can to like a somewhat proficient level. Streams are usually kind of focused more on personality and, I don't know, kind of above average gameplay.
That's sex appeal.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, the twisted steel and the sex appeal.
Indeed.
Sometimes I do kind of educational streams if I see like a large influx of new players. I kind of notice that like there's either really high level gameplay, like you guys on Twitch, or kind of really low level gameplay like some other people. I try to kind of go right in that gray area where people can still ask questions, but I don't
like
have to sit there and
to
reset.
point out low level gameplay.
Who do you consider bottom barrel? I want to know. Yeah, let's go to that real quick. Who do you consider bottom barrel, low level content? Let's get this started right away.
Now the question is who can I point out that I'm good enough friends with that won't get mad at me? You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and say Frosty.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
I love you, Frosty. I love you. I'm playing
Shots
around.
fired.
It's the competitive charge blade users.
I know. It's like I can't punching talking shit against Rainy or Aki is too big of a punch up, and some other players are too much of a punch down. Frosty and I are kind of right in that similar area. So, but yeah, I've been streaming for about 2.5 years now on Twitch, and today is my year anniversary of being partnered, which is kind of cool.
And you're not streaming today?
No, like I said, I
celebrate. Nice job.
I slept like 12 hours today, dude. That's how I celebrated. I slept my ass off.
There you
And my beer of choice today is the St. Louis Schlafly Coffee Stout.
Is that
cheers.
Schlafly?
Local for St. Louis. I'm in Kansas City, so
okay.
Yeah, but close to where I grew up.
Jim, what do you got over there?
Same thing as last week, man. I'm gonna go back and have a nice tasty one with the Leinenkugel. I got a really good buzz off these, and normally something this sweet you don't want to pound down like 6 or 12 of them. Yeah. But these, it's like water, dude. Just get fucked up, and I'm enjoying it. So here we go.
Is that the Hefeweizen? Is that what it does? Or what'd you say it was?
Leinenkugels.
Yeah, the Leinenkugel Hefeweizen or what?
No, this is the Berry Weiss.
Okay, and then I'm no longer drinking my wine, so I got it all packed up.
Yes! Thank God!
I've got Innocent Gun, which you guys can't read because it's backwards. But this is a Scottish beer that is basically, it's a ale that is aged in bourbon barrels. It's got a nice vanilla oaky taste. Super good.
You've had that before on here, right?
Yeah,
you've had that.
I have a lot of this stuff. They come in a bunch of different flavors. Like they come in whiskey aged, port aged, and bourbon aged, and they're all really good.
At least you got something you like. I hate buying a lot of beer that I don't like, and then you have to just
well, that's what that's the same for wine, man. Like I hate buying stuff that I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Because it turns out it could be shit.
Yep.
And then now, not only are you down money, but you don't have anything to drink.
Yeah. It just takes up space in your fridge.
Yeah. You give it to guests.
Yeah, for guests you don't like.
Those are always the best way to get rid of beer. Just hand them off like, oh yeah, would you guys like something to drink? Yeah, sure. Here, have some shit from like 6 months ago. Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of devil, let's put these down. First one, chug them down, guys. Cheers.
Chug them. I'll sip on mine. This thing's full, dude. No way.
Down. That's exactly.
Here we go. I think Cups has got water. Like four of those.
That's good. Hey, look, I'm already on my second. How about that?
Oh, jeez.
Let's go. Come on. This is real Monster Hunter. If you were hunting monsters, you'd have to be fucking drunk.
You'd have to be a little buzzed.
Yeah, that's why you can eat like the just 6 ale meal.
Oh yeah, just nothing but the beers for the safeguard.
Yeah,
that's the best meal.
That's the safeguard, is the buzz, so you can't feel the damage.
There you go, big buffer. Well, I guess just going right into it, we probably need a name origin right here, Cups. Why did you go with that name, man? What happened to Mr. Cups?
Mr. Cups, yeah. I get asked this one a lot. People are really interested in my name for whatever reason. I should have just been like Boner Lord or something like that. Nobody would ever ask.
That's a good one.
Well, I mean, yeah, because Cups kind of stands out.
Yeah, I don't know. So it's kind of a long story. It's not very interesting, but I used to play Smash, like Super Smash Brothers Melee competitively. I traveled and competed for
one of those people in here.
Yeah, traveled for about 6-7 years across the United States and all that stuff. Competed. This was back when I was in college. I didn't have a gamer tag for the longest time. I just went by Nick, which is like my real name. And one of the people, I went to college for creative writing, and I wrote a story that had to do with like tarot card readings, and it was called The King of Cups, and it like got published and it did pretty well. So then cool. my friend just said, you should just go by Cups, and they started introducing me as Cups against my will. So so I just stuck with it, and I went with Mr. Cups because on Twitch there was already a Cups, like just flat Cups. And then whenever I got partnered, I was able to snag the name because it was an inactive account and something like that. So it was never intended to be Mr. Cups.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's cool. So you got a piece of published writing over there?
Yeah. A few. I had a few things back in college and from time to time. But,
are you still writing?
Sometimes from time to time. I usually kind of just do stuff on my own. It's getting something published is, well, I guess it's probably easier now, but you're not like, I don't know. It's not as a big deal now as it used to be. You can just get it published anywhere.
How many people do you know have stuff that's published?
A few, but yeah, it's kind of cool.
All right. Well, yeah, I didn't know, so you know.
Yep.
So as we had mentioned before, like you do have a YouTube channel as well, and you do post videos every now and then, and like 3. Like you did 3 last year, so that's pretty good.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
But do you have any plans on picking that up more? Because I think you're doing Twitch as like a full-time thing now, right? Do you?
Yeah, I do YouTube? Twitch about on like the good weeks. I do Twitch like 30 to 40 hours a week, kind of thing. And then yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Kind of like, I don't know. I'm not really at that point where I can just make like Twitch highlights and stuff like that for it to carry my channel and all that stuff. I'm kind of in like this weird limbo right now of what I don't really know exactly what I want to do. Like on Twitch, there's a lot of good like educational stuff, and doing guides and all that stuff is always really good for clicks.
You mean on YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up though, because Honey is looking for more people to put on her website. You know, the Honey Hunter website.
Yeah.
She wants to, have, because right now it's just me and like
Eric's.
And Tuna, and it's like they want more diversity, and so they wanted to get more people to do like just guides and stuff, kind of like like what I do, like just breakdowns of stuff for Gunner. But people who do melee weapons, and I'm not gonna fucking do that. So I mean, if you could do that, get into that, we could shield the fuck out of it off of Honey Hunters.
I'd be down for that. That's actually a really good idea.
Okay, well there you go.
I also, I don't know, like I'm not good enough, and I don't like resetting enough to crank out amazing runs like you guys do. But I do really love like Monster Hunter video game, like music video type stuff that you guys do, like where you put your runs like sync to like music and stuff like that. I think that shit is so cool.
Have you seen some of the, I think they're called MADs or whatever, just like the music videos for Monster Hunter?
I don't think I've seen that. I was a channel, I don't even play Dark Souls, but there's like that one guy that has like that series that's called like Sword Dude, Katana Dude, like they have like millions of views, but they're really sick like music video like gameplay for Dark Souls, and it is cool as hell. And I'd like to do that eventually one day.
Monster Hunter, like dedicated channels or stuff like that.
Yeah. I don't know if I mean, he does other stuff from time to time, but that's like his really standout stuff, and it's awesome. I'd love to do that one day, but I cannot edit for shit.
Dude, I fucking hate editing. I suck at it. I don't want to learn it. It takes forever to edit videos, man.
It's tough. It's definitely a process. But yeah, I really do like YouTube, and it's kind of like my biggest goal for 2020. And I've got some ideas and stuff like that, but it's been kind of slow coming out of the gate. But I'd like to start touching more stuff on YouTube just for more viewership. It's like freaking impossible to grow on Twitch nowadays, anyway.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like your way to go, and it's like, I don't know, it's like more creative like stimulation, I guess, than rather just like turning on Twitch and seeing what happens. Actually feels like you're putting something out there. You know what I mean? So I would like to do that.
Okay, so yeah, keep me posted on that, so Or we get you in contact with
Properly shill.
Yeah, properly shill that stuff. Because yeah, someone's got to do it, man. And there's like I said, there's not a whole lot of people doing like crazy melee guides and stuff either.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of the Blade Master players are specific to 1 or 2 weapons. I have a pretty across the board knowledge of a lot of weapons, so that'd be pretty good.
Kanta can't do it because Kanta can't talk.
Can't talk. He doesn't exist. He's like a cloud or something like that. I don't know what's going on.
The myth himself.
Dude, I still don't understand how Kanta got this huge fan base with no voice, no face, no nothing. Like he's just
that like barely talks in chat. It's kind of just like
he just kind
of
of
slight question answering.
Yeah. But like he's got this huge fan base. I mean, good on him. But I'm just like all these other people that are struggling and fucking Kanta's over here like, I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's
it's all
just
the anime stuff.
Yeah.
No weebs allowed. Yeah.
No weebs, man. Get that out of here. No. I actually did all that like no weeb stuff just as like a counter thing to Monster Hunter because I noticed it was like an overwhelming anime presence. So I was like, I'm gonna be the antithesis of that.
Fucking everyone that plays Monster Hunter is a weeb. Like like everyone. It's ridiculous.
Dude, who was it? Nightmare was like telling me that they had like this experiment where he was just gonna do to like inflate his Twitch numbers or whatever, was gonna play longsword and anime music, nothing but longsword and nothing but anime music
That's awesome.
for like 2 weeks, and increased his viewership by like 20 average viewers. It was crazy.
For real? Does he have recorded stats for that?
He said straight out flat like at least 20 average viewers extra. He was telling me about it on Twitter, and I was dying about it.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So you got to know your audience, man. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Huh. I should take notes on that one.
Speaking of audiences, we've got to have a big one going on with Boston coming up here. Cups, are you going to be going at all? Do you know?
Unfortunately, no. I mean, I would love to go to Boston and compete. I would absolutely, or commentate. Commentary's right up my gate. I would love to do that, but right up my alley, I guess. And I'm not going to. They kind of announced that a little late. I feel it was like
way fucking late.
It was like a month.
They announced it like in early December or January, somewhere around
No, it was later than that, dude. It was like January 25th or something like that.
Yeah, it was the end of January. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So I mean, for plane tickets, for Airbnb, like for all this other stuff, that's not enough time. Like, you know what I mean, to find that kind of stuff.
Because there's a lot of people that are going. I think like I know Sammy's going, TSC's going, Coco's going, I think
G-Rank.
Yeah, Pecco's going. A couple other people, but yeah, there's a lot of people going.
Viper, Vampy, like all of them will be going there, but they're all north.
Fucked up on one of these things? Can you like just get rowdy as shit at a Monster Hunter? Like, can you do that? Because I mean that's why I would want to go, is just get fucking blacked out.
I'm sure there'd be there'd probably.
I mean, what is etiquette for a Monster Hunter tournament? I mean, there really isn't social etiquette for it. I mean, Ryozo doesn't know what the fuck's going on, so pretty much anything goes, right?
Dude,
I guess so.
So speaking of that, I was talking in Discord the other day, and I want to get like the disc tray, I guess, for the game. Like just a little the game box. Then you can take out the paper slider and put in whatever you want. But I want to get like a photoshopped version of just like the Monster Hunter Iceborne cover, and then just put Monster Hunter, and then rather than Iceborne it says Clutch Claw. But it looks really nice and stuff.
Oh,
he can't read anyway, and I want to get as many of the developers to sign it as I could
without getting them to notice.
Yeah, because I want to make it look super nice, and it's a total dick move, and I know it's stupid, but I thought it'd be really funny.
I would laugh. Oh my god, yeah.
That'd be like the kind of thing that like QA got in trouble for. So
yeah,
so you may get shunned for that.
Yeah.
It is what it is, though.
I don't really care too much about that, to be honest.
Right.
But the tournament should be really cool. The one that they did last year in San Francisco was on a pretty small venue. I think the one in Boston is going to be a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But it had all sorts of stuff. It had a bunch of displays, food, drink. They didn't have any playable consoles over at the San Francisco one. It was like just for their tournament. But
was the NA Championship last year? I thought that was 2 years ago.
No. Yeah,
last year was the E3 champ thing, and it might have been early last year. I don't remember.
No, it might have been 2 years ago. Fuck, we've been playing World for a long time.
Yeah,
2 years, bro. 2 years for sure.
Fuck. Okay.
I can't remember for sure.
Yeah, it looks cool. Did they announce who's going to be commentating this time?
I have no idea. I mean,
if they got
Shepard's
to
up there. Shepard's going as well as Omnitoad. Omnitoad's going. Shepard's going. As far as I know, so I mean they'd be good for commentary. I don't know if they'll actually pick players or they might just pick some random dudes from Capcom that work there.
Well, if fucking Vampy's going, Vampy's probably going to be the commentator.
She may MC. I don't know if she'll commentate.
No,
Is Toad going to compete?
Yeah, I think so. He competed in San Francisco.
Don't sleep on Toad, man. That cat is raw on the sticks.
I know.
I would not sleep on that cat at all. That guy,
No.
He'll give that motherfucker a run.
I know. That's the thing that I'm most excited. Like just how like the average level of play has increased so much over the last like 2 years. Because there was like, there's like the random entrants that come in that are kind of just like, like two friends or something like that have no idea what they're doing. So there was a few of those type of entrants, but pretty much everybody that's still playing kind of knows what they're doing pretty well.
Right.
So
well, because like the last time, the one they did in San Francisco was like it was 2 months or so after the initial release of the game. Yeah, a lot of people were still really fresh. So I'm curious to see how, like you said, people that are still playing, they kind of know their shit. So
the scripting should be pretty interesting.
What quests are they running? Do you know?
Namiel, I think.
Two separate ones, right?
Yeah, there's one Namiel and then there's one. I can't remember. Maybe Velkhana Namiel.
Namiel. All right.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Trash hit zones and wall bangs. I don't know.
There you go. The only way to fight Namiel.
So did you see that PSC had showed off the infinite Namiel wall bang?
Yeah.
I want to see someone do that.
Someone scum it out like that, dude.
Yeah.
it's probably gonna be some arena.
Well, because it's not. Yeah, but I think you can do it in the arena. There's pick-upables in the arena too.
Yeah, but there's like I think it depends on which arena you're doing though. I don't think it's the circular one. I think it's the like the oval one, right?
Yeah, but there's rocks out there too.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, there's the scatter things up top, isn't there? Yeah, there's the scatter nuts.
I'm just curious. Like I know the time wouldn't be great, but how funny would that be? Everybody watch someone throw the monster into the wall for 5 minutes and kill it.
And then there's
we'll see someone doing it. There'll be some Korean variant of that where you see him just stuck in some kind of loop. 100% you will.
Maybe,
well, I mean, yeah, stuck in a loop or stagger lock, but I want to see just straight up nothing but wall bangs.
Just cheese.
Yeah, just straight cheese.
And Twitch chat is just pissed about it. Everybody's just
so funny. Oh god,
I'd be happy. I'm hoping for some aerial. We usually get some aerial from these tournaments, so I'm pretty excited.
Oh yeah,
is there? I don't know if there's a hammer set. There's gonna be some aerial for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure, because there's that nice juicy ledge right there.
Yeah,
there it is.
And then all those slopes and everything too. It'll be great.
So, I know you had touched bases on it before because you don't like doing pumping out all the TA runs and stuff because it takes forever.
Yeah.
But do you have any plan on going back and doing any monsters or something?
I do miss speedrunning, and I've actually been doing that a lot, like the last week or so. The only thing is I'd kind of I don't know, it kind of burns you guys' sanity. Like,
I know.
It burns my sanity for sure. But I noticed that as long as I'm TA running off stream, I don't really mind. It doesn't really bother me all that much. But I can't run on stream like you do all the time, Phemeto. That shit, I'm so worried about if people are enjoying themselves.
I don't like doing it on stream either, because it feels boring to me. Like you guys are watching me get hit the very first attack and then reset, and then fucking rinse and repeat 30 times. I hate doing it on stream. I really
and you can't get like a good conversation going because you're like, oh, hang on, I gotta okay, well I died again, so okay, now we can talk for 30 seconds and then I'll come right back. So I don't know. You can't really get anything going and all that stuff. But I mean, I've been practicing Zinogre and I was practicing Nargacuga. And
sub 6 yet?
No, not sub 6 on Zinogre. Honestly, I didn't tackle it that much this week. You told me that was my homework. Sub 6 Zinogre on Charge Blade.
You're like 603, aren't you?
613.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's not far off.
It's not far off.
Yeah.
Gotta.
I have some pretty respectable times, but on some of them. But yeah, there's no reason why I can't, crank out a couple. I'm not looking to, crush Rainy and talk shit to him or something like that. Just a good, respectable time is happy for me.
Did you see that, Rainy had posted, a run, his longsword Tigrex run, the other day? And then,
dude, that shit was so funny.
And then, an hour later, Peppo dumped it by, 13 seconds.
12 seconds, yeah.
I don't know.
After, I thought it was amazing. And Peppo kind of honestly took it pretty classy because people were talking shit in the comments. Oh, you just had to dunk Rainy you had to dunk Rainy, and he's like, well, Rainy's a charge blade player. To be fair, like there's no competing against them kind of thing, which I thought was kind of like a high ground thing. But for people that were in the know, we knew what was going on. I think.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was really good.
But yeah, I mean, YouTube comments, come on.
That's true. They want the drama, man. They want the.
They live for it. They cannot stop getting enough of it.
Mm-hmm. Just even if it's not even there, they try to make it.
So then if you're not gonna do TA runs on stream, I totally get that. But I want to see that sub 6.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if I could just put out a couple hours a week, like off stream, it wouldn't even have to be that bad. Like honestly, just like 5 hours extra a week, kind of like overtime kind of thing. I should be able to get some decent runs out.
Start cranking out more videos on your YouTube.
Yeah.
Some OT runs.
I have a couple speed runs on my YouTube channel, and they are by far and large the least viewed thing on my channel.
I know.
Absolutely. Agreed.
Nobody cares. No one in the West cares about speed runs. Like, if you look at, like, any run that's, like, from Japan or China or something.
100K views.
Yeah, it's got, like, 50 to, like, 300,000 views. Crazy runs. And then shit over in the West is, like, 200.
Yeah, HC, like a 403 Ruin or Nergigante, like, 200 views or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, it's such a shame, man.
It's a different viewer base, really. It's
just like the mindset, I think, honestly. Like, we've talked about this several times, and I think TSC had some, like tweets about this kind of stuff too, where Monster Hunter is like one of the only really communities in gaming where being good at the game is kind of seen as like a downside.
Right?
Yes.
Well, but that's only in the West too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's like specifically like an American thing, honestly. Yeah.
Yes.
Not even like, not German. Not Germany, not like Britain, like all those, like the places with the really good runners there, they still get a lot of love. You know what I mean? But specifically America, it is like not seen very positively.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
People are just softer here. That's all it is, man. You go to any other country in the world. It's
specifically for Monster Hunter, like other games.
Yeah, they're the softest of the soft, dude. They're the fluffiest, bro, for sure.
Maybe it's just like kind of the esports thing, like, because there's the PvP games. Call of Duty and Madden and all these games that do really well PvP wise. Some MOBAs isn't that big of a deal in the United States, not yet anyway. But I guess people seeing like a PvE game in a competitive manner is kind of like a joke, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, and I get that because yes, it is straight up. It's a cooperative game. You're not meant to compete with each other.
You have like little kitty cats dancing and stuff. Like...
However, my rebuttal to this always is, it's the same thing as the fucking Olympics. You're not fucking throwing javelins at each other.
Yeah.
But you still got to compete with the person next to you. You can stand on equal ground. So it's like, it's kind of like that. This is like our Olympic sport. It's like, yeah, we're not fighting against each other directly.
Yeah.
But that's how we, breed up this competitive atmosphere and, keep each other going. It's still competitive.
That's definitely a good observation, but like at the same time, like the Summer Olympics in the United States does really well, like viewership wise, because there's a lot of competing against each other, like sprinting and soccer and all that
American
stuff.
Thing.
Yeah, but
soft.
like winter sports where it's like judge, like ice skating and all that stuff. I don't really feel like that stuff does as well in the
curling.
United States.
Curling's fucking huge. People watch curling in the U.S. I swear to God, I see curling on the bars every now and then.
That's awesome.
I was like, dude, curling's hype shit, but
gotta shave that ice, man. Gotta shave that ice as fast as you can.
It's like such a finesse accuracy thing, and it's so obscure and odd, but I think it has such like a crazy history, if I remember right, that it's just one of those things that slipped through the cracks, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it is weird, but I always love seeing like random shit on sports TVs. Like there's a place, like a barbecue place called Sauced, that plays a bunch of sports. It's just, it's a sports barbecue bar kind of thing. And they had, the other day they had like log cutting championships.
Oh yeah,
okay.
I live for that shit, dude.
I was like, that's pretty cool shit. But I was like, I get it. Like, don't see that every day, but it was pretty hype stuff. But again, it's
pure
not.
sports are the best.
Yeah, like like ESPN2 at like 2 a.m. It's got like
ESPN
like
the Ocho.
Yeah, it's got like lacrosse on there and like ultimate frisbee and.
Dude, I love ultimate frisbee.
I did that as well a lot in college. Fighting games and ultimate frisbee.
I miss playing sports from college and stuff like that, all those crazy ones, but never again, man. I'm glad that I stopped when I did, so my body can still. You ever look at those guys who play those sports till they're like 40, like then they're like age 45, they can't walk, they can't do shit. Like,
get pretty beat up, man.
Oh my god.
We were just talking about that on stream the other day because people were asking. I exercise, like lift weights and do that kind of stuff. And then people were asking about like, oh, what's like your bench max and your deadlift max and all that stuff. I'm like, dude, I am 34 years old. Like, I'm just trying to not get hurt, man. I'm not looking to deadlift 500 pounds and have my nose bleeding and my back get thrown out in 5 years. Like, hell no, dude.
There you go.
Well, it's like we see all these people that are like, in their prime, playing sports. They're usually out of it by, mid 30s. Their bodies are done.
It's serious. It's like 25, 26 is a veteran now.
Yeah,
isn't
that crazy?
Like a veteran of the sport. That's crazy.
It's a little bit different for some of the combat sports. So they get better, like for boxing, and if they get older, I don't know, their body maybe just get like that Teflon skin from getting hit so many times.
You just need that experience for those.
Yeah, it's that could be it too. Spatial awareness, reading the enemy, like all that other stuff that comes with time. And honestly, for men, like, you don't even, like, you're still good physically through, like, 35-ish or something like that. It's like after that, you start to significantly dip. But, like, hard, quickly. Like the fast twitch muscle fiber stuff, though, like sprinting and wide receivers in football and all that stuff starts to drop pretty quickly after, like, 25, 26.
Okay. I had a question because I was trying to figure this out earlier. Okay.
Yeah.
Jen is 35. Cups, how old are you?
I'm 33. I'll be 34 in a couple months. Yeah, I'll be 34 in a couple months.
I thought you were older than Jin for a minute, and I was like, that's fucking bizarre, but okay. Not quite. But
I don't know why it's so bizarre. Why do I gotta be the oldest cat that, plays this goddamn game? It's gotta be
I mean, like 5 minutes ago, you were like, I'm looking all Abraham Lincoln today and shit like that,
Yeah, like on the penny, I look distinguished. I didn't say I looked old and hobbly. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I get that Benjamin Button joke all the time, so...
Yeah, and it's just I thought it was weird because you don't look like you're fucking 33.
Yeah.
And Jin is old man Jin, so
that's fucked up, man. That's fucked up.
Yeah. Deal with
it.
Anyway.
No problem. So, Cups, where do you want to see Monster Hunter go from here? Do you think that future titles are gonna, sell like this one did, or you think it was kind of a one-off and World just had its shine, and now Monster Hunter is gonna kind of go back into the shadows?
It is kind of interesting, honestly. I really do not know at this time. Like, it's kind of there's a part of me that thinks that the next thing they're gonna do is probably like a Switch title, something kind of go back to the portable type roots and stuff like that. But honestly, if you sell 19 million of anything, you probably should keep that formula up.
For sure.
They were very adamant. Whenever they first announced Iceborne, I was like, I bet they're going to release 3 or 4 expansions like this. They'll have, why ice? That's like so specific. So they might do like, more thematic stuff like Waterborne and Fireborne or whatever, like Earthborne, whatever the hell it is. And then all of a sudden they're like, no, this is it. Yeah, exactly. And then everything changed when the Admiral attacked or whatever. But I think like they were so abrupt about being like, no, this is the last one for World, that I think it's probably going to come on the PS5. I think next one will come PS5 pretty early. That's my suspicion.
You think so, huh? Like a launch title or an early title?
Like early, probably first 6 months title.
Huh.
That's my suspicion.
That would be
because like they did so well. World did so well, not just for Capcom, but also for Sony. There wasn't a lot of stuff coming out on PlayStation kind of at that time. Mm-hmm. That's probably part of the reason why it did so well. But I bet there's some sort of partnership there where it's PlayStation only for like the first 6 months, and then Xbox gets it, and then PC gets it.
That would be so dirty. Well, okay,
it would surprise me, man.
PCs can just fuck off.
They can be shady like that.
Yeah, they're not gonna have the next game come out with PC at the same time. I don't believe they'll do that.
No.
The staggered release does really good for business.
Yep.
So
yeah. Everybody acts so surprised about it. I'm like, well, we sold 5 million more copies, and
right.
Like, why would they not do it?
Yeah. How many people bought the game twice?
Probably. I think honestly about half of my community at least. Like.
Yeah.
So there's, hundreds.
It's a good game. It's a really fucking good game.
It is. It is.
And like I've been saying before, like there's no bad Monster Hunter game. Everyone has their favorites.
I would disagree, but.
Come on, man. The quality of like the Monster Hunter game quality is like way better than a lot of other stuff. There's bad, within within the context of other Monster Hunter games, like versus one another.
Sure.
I don't know Monster Hunter against other games quality for quality.
There's a lot of shit out right now.
There's a lot of
Monster
shit.
Hunter. Well, and that's
Objectively, Monster Hunter World and Iceborne are some of the better games that have come out across any genre, just in terms of a lot of the polish and stuff they've got. It still is this big gaping, there's some flaws. We won't even touch on that kind of stuff. I'm just saying it is a well-rounded game, and it's entry level to still having accessibility to the top end gear and reward the PETA system. It's perfect, because you can come in day one with your buddy who's been playing for 9 months. He can drag you to the top whatever tier of whatever your rank is, kill the thing for you, get you the loot, and suddenly you're like, aha, I'm as good as everyone. And that's where you start seeing the player base start thinking it's a lot better than it is. Because I can tell you right now, you can just read the reports on GameFAQs, Reddit, any community site whatsoever, and you will see those posts come up. This is too hard. This is too difficult. I can't beat this unless I have 4 people. People don't realize that they've been carried. They don't understand it. And I don't know if that's their fault. I think it's just the inherent design of the game. It's got a really good entry level base to make you think that you're doing well, and that's why it's sold so well, man. It's a perfect mindset.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like, honestly, just compare. Like, I think I was talking about this just the other day as well. Like, the skill gap is so big in Monster Hunter that 90% of the people that watch speedruns and good players play don't know what they're looking at.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so
literally
even the difference between TA wiki runs versus just mantle runs are so huge. Like, if I go in and I fight a Tigrex and I have Rocksteady and Temporal Mantle in, and I wallbang it and I drop the boulder on it and I Dragonade it and stuff like that, hell yeah, I just killed it in 7 minutes. I'm badass as hell. But then you try to do it TA wiki rules without any of that shit, 7 minutes becomes a lot different all of a sudden. And, and also when you see like TSC crazy setup runs and Tatsufi and like all these like big brain shit going on, like people have no idea what the hell they're looking at. And so I think that makes people think that they're a lot better than they are kind of at the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that and the whole shitting on everyone that, plays competitive because, it drags them down to their level.
Yeah.
Well, like, have you seen the comments on TSC stuff? Like, people hate the guy.
Yeah.
And not because of him, but just the shit he does in the game.
Oh, no, it's definitely because of him. It's definitely because of him.
No, I don't.
That's two conversations.
Yeah, it is two different things. But I think the people that don't know him, they just judge his runs, and people just they don't like his runs for some reason because
it's kind of like
no, dude. Anybody who views those objectively, those are like pristine top tier, like some of the
don't.
best.
I don't think so, dude. I think it's more
how
like
could you not?
Because
it looks unlike anything else. That, even if you have mental problem and you understand it, you can objectively not know anything about Monster Hunter. Watch a regular speedrun, then watch one of TSC's speedruns, and know that TSCs are on an entire level. The guy is 100 times better than the average player.
Dude, you don't read the comments on his stuff.
I do read the comments on it. I get how ridiculous they are, and that's why I still get confused. I don't know where these people are coming from.
Think about did you guys see the newest Ocarina of Time?
The new glitch that they came out.
Go straight
to 10 minutes or whatever, under 10 minutes.
Go straight to the credits. It doesn't show Ganon. It doesn't show any of that. The comments for that have just been overwhelmingly negative, just because you're killing the integrity of the game. This is just a credit skip. This is not really playing the game. I feel like that's how a lot of TSC's comments are the same. Like, oh, you just wallbanged it 15 times. That's really stupid. That's like, you're not even really killing the monster.
It definitely died. It definitely died. His HP.
I saw it. I saw Quest Complete.
People hate on things they can't do. It's jealousy, plain and simple. That's all it is. That's the normal tone. People don't want to admit to it, and people don't want to talk about it, but subconsciously, that's usually what it is. Or you feel threatened, or you just, you're nervous about it. People are kind of worried and fearful of things they don't understand. So, like you just touched on a second ago, a lot of people who watch these runs, they don't know what they're seeing. So, of course, they're like, oh, all you're doing is wall banging and blah, blah. Motherfucker, do you know how hard it is to drag him to a transition zone, to set up a dunk lock after doing 7 dunk pods, to trigger him to, all that shit? Like,
drop a 3 smoke bomb. Like, they don't. Oh, I didn't even know that item existed. Smoke bombs? What the hell is that? And he had to figure out.
Poison bombs? What? This is stupid.
Yeah, It's really wild to see, man. That's some big brain shit.
Yeah. People are just
I just like to throw sades, man. That's just hope for the best. Yeah, that's what I call it, man. I call it the hope for the best.
That's how heavy.
Good mantra. Good mantra.
Yeah.
Heavy bowgun. I love when people ask me like, "Why'd you quit after like 2 hits or whatever, or after like I shot it twice and then just quit?" Like,
Yeah.
you guys don't know what's going on. Like,
Yeah, that's what I was watching you the other day, and when you were doing your Nergy runs and stuff like that, and you reset because you didn't break the front right arm in like the first like 6 shots or whatever it was.
yeah.
And you like reset, and they're like, you didn't even get hit, and you're like, well, I didn't get it like in time. I didn't get what I needed.
That's just how Unga Bunga it is.
It's tough, dude. It's tough.
If you have to roll or stop shooting, you lose.
Yep. And oh yeah, because I was kind of poking fun at you the other day on stream too, because somebody was asking me about you kind of thing, and I was like, oh yeah, if you watch like Phemeto's like stream, where he's like, oh man, I was playing really well that round. Like, yeah, because you got like 8 spare shots, dude. And then like the next one, like, oh man, I'm just playing really bad today. Yeah, because you're not getting spare shots, dude.
Fucking spare shot. I hate spare shots so much.
The worst RNG ever.
Yeah. It's a heartbreaker, man. It is specifically designed to kill your hopes and dreams on runs.
It is. It straight up is.
Yeah. And then you like, if people try to run the 3-piece Nargacuga to make it slightly more in their favor, and it's just the same shit, man. It's tough. I don't know how you gunner speedrun.
It's stupid. And that's the problem with
A lot
gunning.
of R2.
Yeah, it's a lot of R2.
How do people, because you're really well known for the gunner stuff, like specifically like bowgun, heavy bowgun kind of stuff. How do people react to like your bow type material?
Well, I started off with bow.
Yeah, I know that.
And,
I know that.
A lot of people actually know me more for bow than bow guns, but I play bow guns way more.
Yeah.
And yeah, people always ask me, where are more bow runs? Why aren't you playing bow? And I'm like, well,
really?
Because fuck bow. Everyone's playing bow. There's like
Bow
19 other bow runners, dude. There's
And
a
they're
lot
all
of competition.
amazing.
Like there's some
They're all amazing.
And they're good. Yeah. Everyone is
Yeah.
so damn good with bow. It's ridiculous. And I still like to play bow because it's a gunning weapon.
Mm-hmm.
But no, dude, I like bow guns way more. Like there's more to them.
Oh,
Yeah.
and kind of like what I was talking about earlier about how like people don't really know what they're looking at. Like I'm like an okay bow player, and I can get like a Teostra and let's just say like 230 or something like that, and they're like, oh my gosh, Faye only has like a 159, dude. You're right there, and I'm like, no, that is 100 miles.
Yeah.
That is like further. It's better. Like 10 minutes to 2.5 minutes is closer to 2 minutes and 2:30 minutes. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, as
Like-
the times get lower, dude, shaving that off gets so hard.
I was like, I am not even close.
Yeah.
I am miles away from that.
Like my
Those
ruiner,
last couple of seconds are always a bitch.
it is like my
Yeah.
ruiner is at 222 now with Pierce, and I'm like, I want sub 220. I want like 3
Yeah.
seconds off. There's so much that has to go right to
Yeah.
get 3 seconds. It's ridiculous. I fucking hate it. But yeah, like
Yeah.
time is a funny thing.
That's why I'm okay with a sub 6 Zen and not a 545 Zen Ogre.
I mean, it still
There you
looks
go.
good.
Yep.
It's that bracket. You can put a 5 on there, not a 6.
Mhm. Dude, I feel like I need to get this though because I have been so close on I wanted sub 4 AT Teo and I got a 406. I wanted sub 6 18 Gigante and I got a 612.
So close, so close.
I
Yeah.
hate those runs too, when you're just like,
Yeah.
"Ugh."
Yeah, and it's like that kind of like that elite tier, you know what I mean? Where like all these charge blade runs where like Aki and Rainy and HC and all those guys are like sub 6, and then I'm right close
Yeah,
to
you're
it. but
almost in
not
their
really.
bracket. You're just
Yeah,
almost there. Yeah,
But anyway,
brackets are fun.
just that.
Cups. Oop, sorry,
No, go ahead. What's up?
I burped. Sorry. Cups, dude, you did a really, really wonderful job building your brand. And what I mean by that is, you got your out there, you established your pillars for what you want to be known for. You were talking about what you want to be known for in 2020 and moving forward, but, you've already kind of built out what you've gotten here with. Many people, they aspire to be as successful as you are as a streamer, but they really don't know where to start. What advice do you have for anybody coming into the streaming world, maybe as like a kind of a jump off point? Because I know that's probably the biggest issue is just that they don't know how to begin the process.
Well, and didn't you also give speeches about this before over like TwitchCon and stuff?
Me?
Yeah, didn't you?
Yeah, because I live in Kansas City, and there's like a Kansas City broadcaster group, like Twitch broadcasters, and we did several things at Planet Comic-Con, which is like one of the biggest Comic-Cons in the Midwest. And yeah, I was asked to represent there. I did like 3 panels for that and stuff like that. And I guess, like I feel like I have a pretty decent way of explaining things to people in a way that they can understand. So it was kind of just like helping. Yeah, I've spoken on this several times on how to kind of grow correctly and quickly, like on Twitch. So I think it's most of the time people don't know what they want whenever they first start out streaming.
Well, they want
I
that
think-
money is what they want.
I hope that's not the case.
Well, that's where people get lost. But go ahead.
Because let me tell you, that's not the case. The money, but it's like I don't know. I think a lot of times people just turn on stream and just hope for the best. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's just turn on. I just want to play video games and just have people give me money. And there we go. And hopefully it works.
Easy, huh?
Yep, that's how it is.
Okay.
Dude. Ninja, that guy made like $12 million last year. He's just sitting there. I can do that.
I'll do the same thing. Partner, I'll do it my first month. No big deal.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I actually didn't see this on the list of questions that you guys sent me.
Oh, boom! Snuck that secret question in there.
Got me. But okay, let me see here. What'd you say? Successful streamers don't know where to start. What advice would you have for anyone coming to the streaming world? Honestly, I think whenever you first start streaming, everybody says consistency. Like consistency. That's like what the word that everybody throws around. But I don't think like anybody really knows what it means. It's like, yeah, you can play a consistent game. You can just play Monster Hunter, and you can just play at 11 o'clock, and you set aside that time, and you don't miss it for anything. Yes, you will grow, but it's also the kind of show that you put on. That's like the consistency that really like solidifies a brand. You know what I mean? Like what you get known for. Because like, you know how many times I watch a streamer and they're all hype and they're crazy and they're like chugging beer and they're like going crazy and having a good old time, and then the next day there's no cam, no mic, and then the next stream they're all salty and they're all pissed off and they're throwing shit around. What?
I was gonna say, I'm calling you out, Pecco. Put your goddamn face cam back on.
That's kind of one of those things, dude. Once you do like a face reveal or a voice reveal or something like that, you can't go back.
Yeah, you can't go back.
You've given people that.
Why would you?
I don't know.
There's plenty of fat, balding streamers. I'm fucking one of them. You know what I mean? I'm fucking like shit. Who cares?
But yeah, I'd say like consistency. Like have before you, or like, you know, let's say you start streaming for like a month or two and you have a good time doing it. You need to think of what you want, like what you want out of your stream. Like, do you want to be a personality streamer or a gameplay streamer? Like, what kind of goals do you want to achieve? Like, what's different that nobody else is doing? Like, whenever I first started streaming, I was just playing random games and I was like, whatever. I streamed for like 6 months and I was streaming for like 5 hours a week or something like that. And then once Monster Hunter came out, I like researched. I was like, what are all the other Monster Hunter streamers doing? I was like, okay, there's like anime music. Here's no webcam. Here's no mic. Like, this is like, you know, there's a, kind of a trend that goes across Monster. And I was like, I'm going to do everything exactly different than everybody else.
No,
you know what I mean?
Allowed mode.
Yeah. No weebs. We're going to play 80s action movies. We're going to be big talking, Ric Flair, professional wrestling. We're going to be super macho. And you know what I mean? And I'm just going to try to go in a different direction. And sometimes you grab people. It took a while for people to kind of understand what was going on, I think, as well. Because I didn't really start gaining traction until like 6 to 9 months of me doing that kind of stuff. Before people were like, okay, I think I kind of get what this guy's doing. Because some people were like, no weebs, like, what an asshole.
Who's this guy?
Do you guys watch Triceps at all? He's another Monster Hunter streamer.
Yeah.
He is high energy. Holy fuck.
That guy's crazy, dude.
Too much.
What's he putting that vape of his, dude? Anytime I see him just hit that thing, like he's just like, oh yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. He streams a lot earlier than I do, but I catch him every now and then when I get into work. But like, I have to back away because I'm like, dude, he is just all go.
He's definitely the thing where you have your volume set to 50 and then you start watching Triceps and you bump it down to 15 or something like that.
Yeah, it's
turn it down a little bit.
I mean, he's good. Like, he's got his thing, man. He is all high energy, high octane monster hunting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I talked to him about it too. I was like, how do you keep that up? Like, I like sent him a DM or something like that. I'm like, dude, how do you keep this shit up? And he's like, well, there's a reason I only stream for like 3 hours a day or something like that, because I'm just completely wiped out afterwards.
I get it, dude. Yeah.
Good, but it's that quality. It's that quality and that consistency that, you know, he starts succeeding because people know what to expect out of it. And it's like, you know, think about like TV shows, right? I always talk about this as well. Like if you're watching Seinfeld at 10 o'clock every night or something like that, and then the next day you go there at 10 o'clock and there's like football on or something like that, you don't keep watching. You typically change the channel.
Right.
So you need to give a show, like you're putting on a show. So people need to know what to expect at a certain time, and if you build it, they will come. You know what I mean?
I get it. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't think about it. You know, the whole TV thing. I usually flip on looking for, you know, my one specific show, and if it's not on, I turn away. So
exactly, yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of like why, and there's so many Twitch streamers and everything like that nowadays that like if you don't have like that identity and that consistency, there's a million other streamers that they can watch at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
And like with like Twitch affiliate status and all this other stuff, everybody and their mom is kind of a streamer now. So it's like how, like, let's say Phemeto is like my best friend, right? Like what's going to stop me? What's going to pull me away from watching my buddy stream? Because there's like, there's a bunch of Twitch affiliates with like, 10 to 20 to 30 to 40 viewers. And that's like, it's like a group of friends just all watching themselves at different times of the day. So it's like, how are you going to pull those people away? You know what I mean?
Well, I think that's actually kind of cool in our little community that, like, the Monster Hunter community is pretty tight knit, and that we pass around people a lot.
Yeah.
Like, not even just the streamers. Like, yeah, we've got a good set of streamers that are consistent. We all know each other. We talk and stuff. But the viewers as well. Like, I can go into any other Monster Hunter streamers chat and see people that I always see in 3 other streamers chat, and they're just super consistent, and we just have such a tight-knit community. I think it's actually really good. So as far as the Monster Hunter side goes, like, if you're trying to come up in the streaming world, just get to know everyone.
Yeah, that's like I think honestly the number one thing I always talked about it, like when people ask me for advice, I think there's like a couple pillars, like you mentioned before, pillars for streaming, and I think it's like gameplay, personality, production, and then networking. And I think like networking is number one. Like
Absolutely.
Who you know.
It's all about who you know. That's everything.
Who you know. So like
you get a shout out from someone who's got 50,000 subscribers or whatever, anything like that. It all carries weight. It's absolutely, that's important.
It's crazy. Like like because we were talking about Ninja earlier, like Ninja's brother streams, and like you get kicked for a raid for 60,000 people once a week because you're Ninja's brother. Like, yeah, you're gonna grow. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's all about, and you got to do it the right way too. You don't want to leech off people and all that stuff. So you got to genuinely be interested in other people's content, and once you show genuine interest in them, they'll show genuine interest in you as well.
Yeah, that's a very good way to put it, actually.
Yeah, because I mean, like it's really intimidating. Because some of you guys some of you guys are kind of like legends, you know what I mean? Like Kanta and Aki and Phemeto and like Jin, and like all you guys have been around for so long and are so talented. Yeah. I'm trying to be nice here. Okay?
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
Yeah. Well, some of you guys have been around for a long time and played a lot of games and are already really well established in the community. So for me to be like, hey, Phemeto, what's up, dude? Like, I don't want to be confused.
I started just watching your stream one day. I don't think you came to mine.
See, it shows
I was Googling good-looking white boys. Don't ask why. And
it shows how much you don't remember. I came into your stream. You were doing best of the best runs with viewers. And I came into your stream, and I did a couple runs of best of the best with you when I was brand new. And that's how we first met. And then you came into my stream later on.
Really? Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah. And you yelled at me because I flash potted Teostra. I wasted one of our flash pods on Teostra.
Nice.
That sounds like something I would do. Yeah, no, I don't remember that. I remember doing best of the best with
Crest
Gun Guy and Crest Bear, and yeah, I don't remember you at all.
That was me. Same episode.
Fun. Okay.
But yeah, like especially like if it's a little bit different. Monster Hunter is kind of like an outlier in that regard, like where it's been around for a long time, and there's like kind of like these legends that have been around for honestly playing the game for a decade or something like that. So the community's really friendly. It's very tight knit. We usually have like 3,000 to 5,000 viewers, and the big mass of people just gets passed from streamer to streamer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this person rates this person. Like I think it was me and you, Phemeto, wasn't it? Where you rated Herney rated me, and then I rated you.
Oh yeah.
Like in a 24-hour period, which I thought was really funny, and we just passed those viewers around.
We're all playing the same game, man. We're all trying to do the same stuff.
Yeah. So, it's always like picking the brand, like we were talking about. You got to pick a good game that's going to, foster your growth or whatever. It's got to be something that you like.
I can't think that there's many other games that do that, do they? That have just like this small community that we all share and talk to and...
Yeah, Warframe's the one that I definitely noticed. I played Warframe for a good like 3 to 5 months, like on and off. I played on stream like 4 or 5 times or something like that. But that community is really similar to Monster Hunter. I think that's why there was so much crossover.
That's cool.
Yeah, maybe something like Path of Exile. Kind of those 5 to 10 to 15,000 community that had been around for a long time, I think eventually you start to kind of all pass each other. And there's not a lot of, PvP games. Those are combative by nature. So, cooperative PvE games, you're cooperating with viewership as well. Because you're not going to be like, I don't want to raid this guy because he's going to take my viewership. But we're not like that. We're not wired like that.
I wonder if that is actually the thing. Like, if PvP games specifically don't have that same tight-knit community. I got to look into that, actually.
I mean, as much as I've researched, it's like you're against other players. So I think the mindset is also there that they're going to steal my viewers if I raid them.
Huh.
So, but PvE, it's cooperative, so you're cooperating with viewership as well.
I did not think of that at all before. Just the link between the game archetype and the viewership.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, honestly, you're like, it's kind of like a game first, personality type of second thing. I think most of the time, you know what I mean. So, I don't know. Especially like it's a co-op game that you can play with the streamer. That's pretty nice.
Yep. Interactive, back and forth.
Not like Pokemon.
Nope. Yeah, it's like a 1v1 kind of thing.
Pokemon's you and your mons. That's all.
Yeah. Dude.
All right, well, let's chug down our drinks and get on to our general Monster Hunter chatter. Cheers.
I'm gonna pee real quick. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna get a new beer.
Sounds good. But yeah, if any of you guys that are watching or anything like that have any more questions about streaming or anything like that, I can talk to you guys about it. Just
Make sure you ask him on his stream.
While plugging your stream.
Plug your own shit.
Yeah. Haha, about to go start my own stream. Haha. See you guys soon. God, I hate that. Man, I hate that.
Do people actually do that?
Yep. People self-promo all the time. In hard ways and soft ways that they're just like, spam my link, hope I don't get noticed by bots. And then some people are much more subtle about it.
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah, and then some people are more subtle about it, where, you know what I mean? Like, especially, I don't know, like whenever you, like real life friends, well, not real life friends, like friends of friends or whoever find out that you're doing pretty well on Twitch. Like, oh man, I didn't know that you had like, a good following on Twitch. I saw that you were at 100 viewers or something like that. Think you can give me a little shout out on your stream? Like, I have no idea who the hell you are. No.
Nice.
Funny. Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm pretty subtle about it. I just peek into everyone's streams and say two things and make them pretend like I'm there.
Now, see, look, you expose yourself. You got your little Kuluyaku peeking around the corner.
That's right. That's my favorite emote.
And you got the laughing Zamtrios. You got that one too. I like that one.
Yeah. No, it's just a lot of the times I'm just watching streams while I'm at work, so I can't usually talk back most of the time, but I have it in the background while I'm waiting for panels to download. It takes fucking 30 minutes, and people are trying to call me. So anyway, we're all back. We've had our drinks. We got our stuff. So let's get on to other Monster Hunter stuff. So
hell yeah.
The variants. We finally got to see what the variants are going to be. And to literally nobody's surprise.
So different.
Nobody's surprised.
Yeah, Raging Bracky and Furious Rajang, who were variants in
I was surprised. I cannot believe they just gave us the same shit. I am just in shock.
It's whatever. We knew what was coming. There was only like 3 or 4 variants of like pre-existing monsters. We thought maybe they would give us new ones, but they gave us the same.
I mean, I thought they'd give us one we knew and one we didn't.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. So I thought 100% Furious or Raging. I was 100% one of those, and then probably like a Velkhana variant or something else, or you know what I mean? Like who knows, another Kushala, or like not rusted Kushala, maybe like water Kushala or something like that.
Well, yeah, I was thinking like rusted Kushala, because usually when they add stuff, it's like Elder Dragon tier and that, and then like a new monster. But no, we got these two, and I'm not disappointed because more content's more content. That's all we want. We just
free. Can't complain about.
Yeah, it's free stuff. It means more weapons. I They should have their own armors, and the Furious Rajang armor is fucking tits, by the way.
Yeah, and Bracky with Agitator Secret could be really interesting as well.
Right. So I mean, it's new stuff. It's gonna be great. The fights themselves, they didn't show much. They really didn't.
Just super moves.
Yeah, just like their supernova kind of things. And dude, the Brachydios looks like he locks you into the zone.
Yeah, he puts rocks on the exits.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
I like that. I like that. Scare tactics.
But I'm just kind of disappointed in that it's not new monsters. Like this whole game is supposed to be about the new world and
the world.
Yeah, and we're just getting everything from Iceborne was like pre-existing monsters. We only got like 5 new monsters of like the
Skeletons
30 they added.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to maybe like a Velkhana variant or something like that. Or what's another new monster that came out that
Namiel,
really
cool. Got a Namiel.
Yeah,
variant.
well, maybe I guess those are a little too new. I don't know.
Well, but like Rajang, we just got Rajang, and now we got a Rajang
just
variant.
got dropped. Yep.
It's like okay, but like, or we could have had a variant for Anjanath, who's on the poster board of the base game.
We had Fulgur, or like
that's
another
subspecies. That's a different.
Yeah.
But we could have had bigger Anjanath. We could have had a new Devil Joe. I know we have
more
Savage.
Fulgur Anjanath.
No, Fulgur was a subspecies. We could have just had a very angry Anjanath.
Fulgurer Anjanath.
Half Fulgur Anjanath?
We could have like a Nargacuga variant.
Yeah, because you could have had Lucid Nargacuga. Could have had
or something new, just entirely, you know what I mean? Raging Nargacuga, who knows? Like, whatever, but yeah.
Or something new from Iceborne. Like,
I was a little let down by the announcement, but it's like at the same time, I don't like Bracky in World, and I don't really like Jang and Bracky in World either. I think that's the
biggest thing, is people don't like either of those fights already.
So maybe it'll be better, but you can't expect everybody to be super excited about it because they're pretty, I'm hoping that they're better fights than the originals.
No, dude, you know what sucks about the Rajang? I don't know if you've noticed. He doesn't have a tail.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
If you look at the render, I'll post it up when I do the edits. But
tailless Rajang?
Yeah, he doesn't have a tail. It's been cut off already.
You can't knock him out of range.
Yeah, it's like a little nub. So that's gonna suck so much more for everyone else.
Dude, I guess that's like some kind of lore thing, huh? He got like enraged and then has no tail, so can't get knocked out of rage or something like that. That's crazy.
He's always mad.
Do you see that Tremor? I bet that's like a Tremor Res 3 thing.
Dude.
Do you see that huge slam where it does like the waves?
It's gonna be so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fights are gonna be cancer. I already know it. Brachydios already
doesn't
fucking
stop. It's
stop.
Horrific.
Yeah.
Bracky is so fast in World, dude. He runs and punches all the time. Now think that, but he also fucking drips slime that explodes constantly, and he's even angrier.
You know what's gonna happen? Like, you guys probably don't think about this stuff, but I'm gonna throw an SAED and hit a Bracky in the head, and his slime is gonna hit me, and it's gonna knock me out of files, and it's gonna keep me in X form.
Yes.
I know that's gonna happen.
Eat your files. It's gonna swap your weapon form, and you're just gonna get fucked. Did you guys see there was a Twitter post about people what to expect from Raging Brachydios, and it was that great sword against Brachydios, where he ran up and did like the charge 3 on its head, and his head immediately exploded and killed him.
Oh yeah, I did see that. It was like Cons shared that or something.
Yeah, I think Cons shared it.
Yeah,
but I was like, yeah, that's kind of what it's gonna be like.
Yeah,
people are gonna be so salty about those.
And it's funny too, because like the people that don't really know what they're talking about, they're like, it's okay, I'll just run Blast Res 3 then. No, you don't get it.
Yeah. So wait, it's because you were doing that on stream the other day. Does Blast Res actually stop Brachydios' blight?
Yeah.
Is Blast Res?
Okay. It makes it way better, man. I just kind of kept my Master Touch type set. Actually, I was using Ice, so I just put in Blast Res 3. I think Anti Blast 4 or whatever it is. That, just put Blast Res 3 in, and it makes the fight 100 times better, dude. It's really not that bad. It's just the side to side movement is the only thing that's really annoying about him. Tenderize the arm. Just go to Pound Town. It's not bad at all.
Lots of gunners.
Yeah, I don't care.
Gunners have it easy as it is. They don't need any more. Gunners don't need shit.
Yeah, he's like KO3, man.
Stickies are gonna ruin both those fights. I already know it.
That's true.
Exactly.
Because they
You're
will.
just gonna shoot. Dun, 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 dun. Like, it's
But
same shit.
Playing gunner for realsies is gonna be a pain in the ass on
That is for realsies. 99% of gunners use sticky LVG.
Nobody cares about 99% of the players, Jin.
Yeah. Well, I guess you could. I mean, you could sticky. You could stick sticky spread. Sticky spread would work. Yeah, right.
Capcom made that weapon specifically so everyone could kill stuff later on in the game if they weren't good at game. That's what that gun is for. If you used sticky LBG and you think you're good, I'm sorry. There's a little bit of a learning curve that you're supposed to get off that weapon, and I think some people misunderstood that whole aspect. You're not supposed to always use that thing.
Actually, we ran through a bunch of damage calcs, and sticky cannot deal with most Elder Dragons. They don't have enough ammo to deal the damage.
Oh yeah.
You'd have to run back to camp and restock and stuff.
Are there a lot of like comfortable secondary ammos for sticky sets?
No.
No,
Not like
really.
or anything like that.
No,
Something that can...
because typically when you're running stickies and you're pumping in like artillery and raw stuff, you don't have free. Well, you do have free element, but you don't need it because you're running a aid reload. But you don't have spread ups. You don't have crits.
Weakness exploit.
Yeah,
you don't have
any
crit
of that stuff.
7.
So all your secondary stuff is just shit.
Well, get up there and start elbowing them, dude. Quit being such a bitch.
Right? Just start bashing melee like Bogan. Let's go.
Circle it up, man. Circle it up.
Square up with Furious Jang, man.
So, before I go into that, actually, I want to talk to you about Ice. You guys haven't probably heard about it. That's what we're calling the community patch. Ice is Iceborne Community Edition, and it's gonna be the PC patch. And one of the things we're gonna think about changing is changing stickies rather than be static damage, so that it ignores hit zone, to be bludgeoning damage that is not hit zone independent. So you have to actually aim them.
Aim at the head.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of interesting.
That's the kind of shit on people who just throw stickies at
monsters. But that's counterproductive. Like, the only people that are going to play that community patch edition are people who want those type of things.
Yeah, and they're probably going to be aiming for the head anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of funny, though. I mean, like, just doing, like, exhaust damage on, like, the body, and then, you know what I mean? It sounds... I'm down for it, because I don't fucking play stickies. But I'm telling you, though, man.
Check the Discord, though. We have patch notes for, like, Charge Blade and stuff, too.
Yeah, I will check that. I will. It's kind of funny because, like, more than 2 weeks ago, I got exactly 0 questions about sticky LBG. But within the last 2 weeks, I've gotten suddenly hundreds of questions about sticky LBG.
Well,
what do you know?
What's coming up?
Yeah, it's crazy,
these
right?
These 2 fucking monsters that stickies eat. But
and then Jang had just come out as well, so
yeah, just
it's really funny.
Put stickies on it, call it a day. I mean, Bo's okay for Rajang because Bo still does decent damage.
Still evasive and all the good stuff.
Other shit on bow guns, you're not gonna do anything.
That was cool because, like, before we get watching on runs and stuff like that, I watched, like, Phase 303 Jang, and I was watching him on stream just getting smoked by Jang. It was really encouraging to watch just because he could not move at all. He was just getting killed and killed and killed and killed. But then, just to crank out a 303, just kind of stuck at it, learn the tells, and he's just, obviously a beast. So it was really cool to watch.
Yeah, good on Faye. I still want him to get that sub 3 though.
It was a pretty clean run.
I know, but
if anybody can do it, he can. So
yeah, Faye will do it. If not, Chinese people will do it. That's not good. So Faye's gotta
and then Faye will beat the Chinese people.
Right. But yeah, Faye's pretty killer at that.
Yeah,
he'll get it.
He's a monster.
Okay.
I thought I would never be impressed by another bow run, but now I'm impressed by.
Oh well, thanks. I guess I'm not gonna
change your views. Change your views.
Hey, you had a nice 313 Teo or whatever that was the other day. That was pretty cool.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
It was 235.
Was it the Throne on the Sands or whatever?
Oh, the light bowgun was 335.
Let me see.
But bow was 235. Which
was
is
it
only
okay.
like 10 seconds slower, but I need to go back and do that. I'm waiting for Safi weapons.
Oh yeah, that was the light bowgun run, wasn't it? 235 is pretty good.
For light bowgun, it's really good. It beats longsword by 1 second, which is saying something about light bowgun. So,
hell yeah.
No, I got my ruiner on bow down to a 347.
That's crazy. Sub 4 against ruiner sounds monstrous to me.
I know people are gonna give me a lot of shit for it. I used raw bow.
Oh, did you? Nice, because I was seeing some people are using dragon bow, like the Vaal. Some people are using Zinogre. Some are using Jang.
He's equally weak to dragon and thunder on most parts, except the horns. I think he's more weak to dragon. But his elemental weakness is pretty shit.
Yeah.
So I went and used the Zhang bow, went pure raw, and then I put on blast coats. So when I ran out of power coats, I went blast coats.
Daffy Blast Bow, though. You might want to run that back then.
Well, I know I will, but we don't have Safi yet. But I'm just saying,
not yet.
like it's people are giving me a lot of shit for because I always talk about don't run blast bows. You guys don't run raw bows, and then I went
Phemeto, dude. He's always having to put his foot in his mouth, man.
Because there's like for the general purpose, you don't need raw at all.
Yeah.
If you want to go super try hard, you don't have to listen to me anyway because you probably know what you're doing.
Yeah. Right.
But
right.
yeah, so fun times. I forget where we're going on that. I think we started off with the variants.
Yeah.
Oh, so other stuff that's coming out. So we still have that fan favorite monster, which is going to be synced up on PC and console at the same time.
Yep.
So being with how safe they played with the variants, I have a feeling that the fan favorite returning monster is going to be an ultra safe bet as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to bet it's Gormagala.
What do you think, Jen?
I think so, because I think that'll give us the next layer of RNG or development for the characters. From what I understand, and again, part of my ignorance here, Gormagala is the reason for that virus that exists, right?
Right.
Frenzy, yeah.
So if that virus allows us to get a new layer of awakened variants of monsters or infected variants, which then allows us to have a higher difficulty level, which would then give us another way to increase our augments or our gear or whatever it is. I think that'll keep the game going. So I think that's definitely going to be what's going on with it for sure. It's a money play, and it's a strong marketing standpoint for them to keep us involved while they get ready for the next game. From what I understand, there's a new game that comes out almost every year for this one, and they kind of want to keep it, keep you involved. I don't think, especially in this day and age, but from any marketing standpoint, they want you looking to play other games. So they're going to want to keep drawing in new people, or at least keep the current player base here.
Yeah,
and it's got to be that. It's got to
like,
be.
yeah, it's kind of got to be something like a safe bet where, like, because World is such a large departure from the normal Monster Hunter, they got to kind of keep bringing in old ones to be like, hey, it's still the same game. It's still the same game. So they got to like bring in Jang and Tigrex and all that stuff. I'm not quite sure if it'll be. Gormagala is my favorite monster of all time. Either like him or Gogmazio's. Like, just on design, I like Gogmazio's a lot. But I really like Gormagala. It's probably my favorite overall monster, and his charge blade is so sick. So I'm hoping. But I think isn't Gormagala and Shigaru are kind of like a package deal, right?
Yeah, well, Gore, Chaos, and Shigaru, because he kind of transitions. Because he's got the variants, because his variant is Chaos Gore, and then he evolves into Shigaru. So maybe, I guess that is, I'd be down for for Gormagala, but I think I talked to you about this a little bit, Phemeto, but I'd be down for Chameleos would be really right. Chameleos, because he's the only one of the original elders that we're still missing. Well, I mean, besides like Fatalis and stuff, but I don't think we're gonna get that because that's a whole different beast in skeleton wise that we don't have in World.
Well, Chameleos' skeleton is like Namiel's, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same elder dragon skeleton.
Yeah,
but I mean, like Fatalis is not. But I mean, of like the original.
Oh, Fatalis, okay.
Elder dragons and stuff. Yeah, we're just missing Chameleos.
Yeah,
and Chameleos would be hype as well. They could do Gore without the frenzy mechanic, which they did in GU.
Yeah,
which would be fine, but I wouldn't like, because I would like Gore to be a package deal.
True to Gore, yeah. Because I like, honestly, like I can't really see them putting another status effect in the game that we never use. So I don't know if Frenzy would be there. You know what I mean? Because like we kind of underutilized Bleed and like this Resident Evil virus thing, and like,
to be fair, that was a
one-off. It's a one-off. I get it. And then like Vaal Hazak's like cut your life in half thing. Like there's so many status effects that are kind of just one-offs. I can't really see them putting another one in. Like Chameleos has like the poison cloud, and like the invisibility thing would be really cool for them to do like visually and make like trailers for. You could like use smoke bombs to like reveal him and all that stuff. He would fit really nicely in like ancient forest and a lot of the locales. It just seems like he's a really good fit, but I think Jen's right though. I think they're probably going to do something a little bit safer because people are going to be like, Chameleos, who cares? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you could say the same about Raging Brachydios. Who cares?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so probably one of those two. I mean, Chameleos would be actually a pretty cool fit because I'd mentioned before, Chameleos' gimmick is that he puts a lot of poison around, and then he will wing flap to drag it towards him or push it back out. Yeah. And Nightshade Pow already does that with his sleep powder stuff. So like mechanically, that's already a thing in the game. just change it to poison, and then he can move that stuff around as he sees fit.
Yeah, all the effects are pretty much there except for like invisibility, but the skeleton's there. Like he's got kind of like he's kind of got like that goofy movement. You know what I mean? Where he kind of like shuffles around and all that stuff. It'd be really good for trailers, and he's there, so it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I would like to see that. Other than that, though, like, I'm not sure.
Valstrax.
No, they can't bring Booster Burb in.
Too crazy.
He's way too crazy. Where would he land and like take off from? There's no place in world that he would fit in.
Like, I mean, some of those areas.
Smaller version of him.
No, because world's so upscale. Everything is so much larger than the previous games.
There's some big areas in like Wildspire and Hoarfrost. It could be kind of like a scripted thing wherever you do a certain amount of damage to him and he flees the area to go to the big areas and then does his ultimate attack, you know? But
yeah,
I don't
guess
know.
He could, but I just don't think he fits so well. He's so anime. Well, Glavinus was super anime too, but I can't believe we got Glav.
Well, it's just like a sword tail as compared to like a nuclear explosion. I guess like Seething Basil is kind of up there as well. They're pretty wacky.
Jet engine bird.
Yeah, He like flies up into the stratosphere. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a little too much. I know a lot of people want Booster Bourbon.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be a good play.
Yeah, so who we're talking like flagships that would fit in, and I think Gormagal is really about it.
That
honestly.
or Steve.
Oh, Seregios, yeah, good.
Because I mean, they could totally because like for Stygians and Ogre, they made him a tier 3 monster. They could totally make Seregios a tier 3 monster because he's also super hyper aggressive and territorial and just angry. And
that would be really interesting too, because we'd finally be able to get away from Razor Sharp and Master's Touch sets.
Right,
that would be
you'd
really
have
cool.
Roll to sharpen stuff.
Yeah,
which would be
that'd be sick.
Pretty good for Blade Master because that would shake up the meta a lot. Assuming his weapons were halfway decent, which they usually
skeletons are already there, so skeletons already there too. So
yeah, it's just the flying wyvern.
Yeah,
they could do that. I think either of those options, Steve Gore or Steve Gore or Chameleos, yeah, they would all be fine options. What wouldn't you want to see though?
Where's the hype though? You know what I mean? Like, does Seregios really make people jump out of the
Seregios
seats?
was the flagship for 4U. You fought a lot of Seregios.
Yeah, you did.
His weapons are hyped. People would be so hyped for Steve weapons, dude.
Yeah, I would be. It would shake up the meta for sure.
And I don't know if Chameleos would bring the hype, but they can make a trailer that hypes it up. Because he's like you said, he's got that invisibility shit. Would make for great trailers. Gore. Yeah, he's hyped because everyone loves Gore. Everyone loves Gore. But if it's not, Frenzy Virus included, not Shagaru included, it's not the same. If you just had Gore, then that'd be a little lame. So,
I think it's going to be Gore and Frenzy Virus. I think that's what they're going to use for the augments, do some kind of Safi thing or whatever. I mean, they're going to have to keep doing some kind of raid to keep people playing. So it sounds like from anyone I've talked to, Gore is the one across like all the spectrums. Everyone's like, yeah, that's a really good fight. That's a good monster. I'd love to see it in. Yeah. So I think you're right. That's probably going to be the release. And
honestly, a week ago, I would have been like, well, what if they shake things up? But like the fact that they did Raging and Fury.
Correct.
Like,
Bingo.
They're playing it safe.
Yeah. Which cool. Whatever, man. More power.
We know what we're getting. It is what it is.
So I think it's probably either Gore or Seregios, but Chameleos would be in my heart. That would be the one I want to see.
I would actually like to see Chameleos more than Gore. As much as I love Gore, I think Chameleos is a better fit for World.
Dude, can you imagine fighting him in Ancient Forest? That'd be so sick.
It would be cool. I mean, you can fight him in Coral Highlands too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What if they made it so he actually had like camouflage with all the environments?
That's what I'm talking about.
Not just straight up go invisible, but he just stood still and was just like camouflaged. That would be really cool.
And then isn't that the mechanic where you use? I mean, because people could finally use smoke bombs outside of speedruns and stuff like that too, because the smoke bombs reveal his invisibility. So that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, he could be a really cool fight for World. And they could change up his fight. I mean, I don't mind his fight. It's not that bad. He's actually got a lot of cool attacks. But they could change him up and be totally wild. Like they did for a lot of
Garuga.
every returning monster. Yeah, like Garuga was a great change. I love Garuga. So.
Even though he's not like really he's like kind of just a wrath and you kind of just dunk and spank him. But he's still really fun to fight. He's still a lot of
compared to old Garuga.
Yeah, for sure.
I like this Garuga. I like this Garuga. He is a very, very fun fight.
He's cool. It's cool as hell, man. It's like scarred with his like missile firing thing. That's quick.
Dude, it's a
so
shotgun, dude. He just fucking carpet bombs an area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right at you.
Cool stuff.
You said who wouldn't I want to see though?
Yeah.
Well, who's still on the menu that we could put in there? I don't want to see Valstrax.
Well, yeah, like, Booster Burb, a lot of stuff from GU. Like, I don't know why people think that we're gonna get Leviathan skeletons, like a whole new skeleton type, or people are gonna think Fatalis. Because
Like
Fatalis is,
Icarus.
yeah, well, yeah, all those different skeleton monsters. So
Yeah. Probably no
sure
crabs. Probably no bugs.
I don't think we're gonna get a new skeleton at all.
Maybe I don't know, cause like I don't know, Sharish Valda really kind of reminded me of Valstrax. So at first I kind of thought it might,
Wait,
it might kind of be there.
how did Shara remind you of Booster Burb?
Well, just kind of like the shape of it and like the independent tendrils that like fire things out of it. You know what I mean?
Okay, I mean, yeah, I guess.
Because I was like, I don't know, they might actually kind of end up using this.
I don't think it would be that much of a change for the skeleton. You're absolutely right, because wings kind of come going forward. They could put them backwards. I think they could swap that out for sure.
Yeah, and they move on their own and they fire things out of them,
Yep.
and the body shape is pretty similar. I don't know, it's kind of there, but yeah, I don't know. So
Well, people were also thinking things like, other than Fatalis, you could do a Matsu, if you know that.
I don't want to see Fatalis. I do not want to see Fatalis.
I wouldn't want to see him as a regular monster fight. I
No,
think he's
it's
too
like
important for that.
he's got to be a siege, and then you can't have another siege. We just did Safijiva, and if you put Fatalis in, it would just immediately like invalidate Safijiva's existence, like for
Right.
the influence.
'Cause-
You can't just have like, here's Andre the Giant, and then here's Hulk Hogan. Like it just kind of takes the hype away from that. You know what I mean?
And they could do something like a Cantor and Ukanlos as well.
Ukanlos a Cancer. I don't know.
But I don't think there's too many other decent fits besides Gore, Chameleos, or Steve.
Are any of those more hype than Gore or Seregios or any of those?
No.
I don't see it happen. Here's Ukanlos.
No,
Well,
that's
they
not
would
happening.
have to do Ukanlos and a Cantor at the same time. You can't have one without the other.
Yeah. Mhm.
Um, they could do. A lot of people want Ryzex or Astalos from GU, but
That'd be kind of. I feel like they kind of have to keep cranking up the intensity though on monsters. They can't have like all these like world killers. They can't have like Raging Bracky and Jang and then Safijiva and then whatever the next monster is, and then they can't just be like, here's a Duramboros.
right, yeah, like here's some.
They
Well, that's
gotta
what we
keep-
were saying before. Like you can't have like a tier 2 monster. They got to keep ramping it up.
Yeah.
Gotta
So
move
it's
that
got to be an
goalpost.
elder or something crazy
Yep.
like that.
Something tough, something difficult.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Or-
I mean, I could see Steve fill in that gap, even though he's a tier 2 monster. He's a very unique tier 2 monster.
hmm
But yeah,
And
I
he's
think-
kind of on the same level as them, like in
yeah,
some
he's kind of
regard,
like
popularity.
Joe and Rajang, where he's a
Yeah.
tier 3 that competes. Besides him, it has to be an elder.
Mhm.
Has to be.
So Chameleos,
Yeah,
Chameleos.
Chameleos. Cross your fingers for Chameleos.
Yeah. He'd be cool as hell.
Yeah, I'd like that. So you talked about Safi Jiva earlier. We do have that 100-point Draclight item that if you can like data mine or put your wizard hat on to see, it's in the game, but nobody can get it right now.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're done with Safi Jiva, to be honest.
No.
We're definitely not.
So if that's the case, what else would they do? Like, because when we got Arc Tempered Kolv, we got just a whole other weapon pool. Do you
Mhm.
think they would just do that with Safi, or would they just let us upgrade the weapons we currently have even more?
Yeah, probably. I'm thinking they'll probably just like let us get attack 6, attack 7,
Because
like
like
kind of board kind of thing.
we can't just get new weapons because we already have a weapon for every type basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just curious what you would think that they could add on to that.
Every status, every element, every you know what I mean. I think they just have to. I think first of all, the first question, they're definitely going to have AT Safijiva. They had AT Xeno, they had AT Kolv Terra. There's no way they're not going to have AT Safijiva. And then it's probably just going to be more of the same. I think. I bet they'll probably allow us to get 2 pieces. Like 2 set bonus things, maybe like attack 6, attack 7. I think it's probably just gonna be more of the same to deal with these new threats.
I agree
It just
100%.
takes longer.
Yeah, more investment. What do you know? More
A
grinding.
deeper grind, another layer of R&D. Yeah, I agree.
I wonder if they would do like what they would with Kolv and just get rid of old Safi and make everyone fight Arc-Tempered Safi.
Yeah.
Remember when they said keep your cold weapons for no reason?
There's no fucking way we're using those. I tell people all the time, I deleted all of those already. I'm done.
Why wouldn't you?
We're not keeping those. They said
keep your cold weapons, guys. 2 expansions later, yeah.
You have 23 stash tab pages. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. You can fit 1,000, so here's, we're gonna keep your box filled with 400 weapons that you're never gonna use.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do anything with those weapons.
They never will, ever.
I don't know, man. I don't think that they will, but where else do we go from here?
There's
but
no
yeah, I
money
think
for them.
probably just to scale up from Safi Jiva.
Well, one of the things that they said they're going to do with the Arc-Tempered stuff is they're going to bring in monsters that didn't have a G-Rank version.
Mm-hmm.
They could bring in G-Rank Kolv.
Sure.
Just
And
saying.
I'm sure they'll bring in a higher level version of Kolv. I think that makes sense. It's not hard for them to do it. They could just add another, the component at the end of it and keep the same thing going, or reverse it, or do something like that. Maybe have him come up from his lair. Who knows? But they're definitely going to do another time sink. It's going to be some type of grinding thing. That's the only thing that this game probably can do until the new one comes out. Because right now they're not at a normal cycle when it comes to releasing their games. They've got a development cycle that they had to go through as well to look at the PS5, because they're pretty much done with PS4 stuff, right? Can we agree on that? Like, we might get a Switch title, but they're not going to make another PS4 or Xbox game. We'll get a Switch thing maybe, and then the next thing's going to be on the next gen consoles. So.
Yeah, I think you're right. They probably just need some gigantic time sink to carry the rest of the game through. To
keep you interested. They get it. They're going to lose players, part of the player base, but they can still keep people talking about the game, or at least keep some kind of vocality.
Headlines, man.
Yeah, and I'm oddly, there's been an odd silence about Kolv Teroth ever since Iceborne has come out. Like it's not like in any trailers. Like nobody's talking about it. They could just
okay. Someone had mentioned that the other day. Kolv Teroth is in one of the Iceborne trailers.
Yeah, it was in the first one.
It's like,
and then they haven't said anything about it since. So I mean, they could just add some gigantic weapon time sink just to try to carry out the rest of the lifespan from, and then keep us trickling with events and stuff like that. That sounds about right to me. I don't know though. I think it would probably come more in the Safi Jiva rather than a Kolv Teroth kind of thing. I don't know though.
I don't know. I can see Kolv being the loot pinata. And Saf, well, no, they're both.
I don't think they can run 2 raids at the same time.
No, I think Jin's right though. Maybe they won't touch Safi Jiva and just bring back Kolv Teroth. And you had Phemeto, you were calling this early on as well, because there's all those new cannons, and there's like the Dragon Razor, and there's a bunch of siege stuff that we haven't used yet that would go nicely into Kolv Teroth.
Right, like the heavy artillery skill is now double damage on cannons.
Yeah, and there's like the moving cannons and like all this other stuff. There's a lot of things that we haven't used yet that would go nicely for the final stage of a Kolv Teroth hunt, where both horns are broken and we're fighting it in some crazy area or something like that.
I would be totally okay with that.
Yeah.
Because, dude, Phase 4 of Kolv is hype. I love Phase 4 Kolv.
Yeah.
I mean, I like 2, 3, and 4, and 4 is obviously amazing. Like,
It's just nobody liked the weapon grind. It's shit. Like, if we had done the Safi Jiva, like, RNG style, because the Safi Jiva grind is not hard. It's not that bad.
I completed my weapon in, like, 5 clears or something like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
If you did that and then just put it on the coal fire, I think that would have been way better.
Or as I always said, like a token system as well. Every time you kill, like how they do for raids, like Final Fantasy 14.
Safi's kind of the same way. You can meld down your Safi weapons and just crank out new ones.
Yeah. I am super a big fan of that, by the way. It's a little off topic, but the fact that you can scale back augments to keep your materials, it like really encourages you to try a lot of different weapons and all that stuff. I love it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I actually applaud them a lot for that. It's good.
Yeah.
They listened to the complaints about the Kolv RNG and made it so much better for Safi.
They kept the grind there, but it's not like
it's not as bad.
You're completely helpless.
Yeah. You're not
Remember,
spending,
I was like,
700 hours trying to get one weapon in this 900 weapon pool.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Hey, we added MR Kolv, and she's gonna have, or AT Kolv, and she's gonna have weapons." Well, now my RNG just got shittier, dude.
It is because the Arc-Tempered Kolv only added like the iridescent stuff, which can only roll rare 8s. So all the people that are still trying to get like Glutton are just super fucked because you have such a smaller pool to pull from.
Yeah,
This is so funny.
It's wild. It's wild, and yeah, I don't know. But you know, if they did some kind of thing where you could like melt down Cove Teroth weapons to get the one that you want, or some kind of token system. Every time you kill Cove Teroth, they give you a token. Every 5 tokens, you get to make the weapon you want. I'd be totally cool with that.
Token system is the best way to go for any loot distribution style. Absolutely. You don't want to sit there and be stuck with loot that you can't use. That's the biggest waste or biggest even deterrent. You know what I mean? If you spend a long amount of time, you know, not getting what you're going to want, what you're looking for, eventually you'll just get defeated. You know what I mean? You don't want it like that.
And that's coming from us. Like, we play this game we play this game like nobody else does.
Right. Imagine if casual players have dumped 100 hours into Cove, they'd be so defeated.
Or like, you know, how they keep doing like these timed event things, like, oh, Cove Teroth's coming back for this weekend only, and then it's going to be gone for 2 months. Well, I got to work this weekend. I guess I'll just never play Monster Hunter again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I guess I'm done with that one.
Yeah, and I'll just go play Red Dead Redemption or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, so they have to be a bit more careful about this stuff, I think, kind of in the future.
Well, and that's why I wish their event quests weren't rotating. Like, if they didn't have them rotating, it would be so much better. If people just had the option to grind Safi or Cove whenever they wanted. Like, I get it from a marketing standpoint, it wouldn't keep player retention up as much because, you know, you wouldn't keep people coming back, you know, once or twice a month. However, it would make the players a lot happy because then they don't have to feel like, okay, I have to spend this entire week doing this to get the weapon I want.
Or I think what they could do to make it and even to like win in both regards, so that your players would really appreciate it, and your like it would also bring back like the player retention, like you're saying, is like what they do for like Call of Duty games and stuff like that, where they offer like double XP weekends, but they have like double drop weekends.
What if they had Safi stuff where you get double Dracolite? Yeah,
double Dracolite, dude. That would bring that, because that'd be the best of both worlds. Everybody be able to farm up their stuff really fast, and then you would get the huge boom in player retention because people would be really interested. It'd be like an event that they could market and like get people back into the game.
And you can even set up and base it only around like multiplayers. Like you the more players that you party, the more rewards you got, more extra stuff.
Yeah.
So again, it encourages you to go out there and find people that you don't know. Exactly, dude. And
4 times Dracolite. How cool would that be?
Maybe they might have to scale that a little bit.
I'm sure they can find a way to make it work.
But that would be really cool, because that would make people who already have weapons done, but you know, maybe okay, I didn't make this weapon, but now I can, just because it'd be so much easier. I might as well have it, kind of.
Yeah, let's try a poison insect glaive.
Let's stuff like that. Yeah. That would be really cool, actually. Yeah.
That's my idea, man. Just give me some Call of Duty weekends. Put it on some Mountain Dew, man.
Get some bottle cap codes.
Scan the QR code. Scan that QR code for extra loot.
Yeah, that's right. But
funny.
We need to trademark these ideas, guys. They're gonna act like it's their own ideas.
They will. They'll steal everything.
They took Ariel from me. It's fine.
So the last other thing they have on the announcements is the Arc Tempereds are coming back, and I think they're all coming back at the same time. To be honest, they just said like at this date, Arc Tempered returns.
Yeah, the trickle returns. They'll bring.
I wonder if they're gonna just bring in like the old Arc Tempers from high rank to master rank, or are they gonna get Arc Tempers for new stuff like Ruiner, Namiel, Valkana?
Yeah, they will be. They'll
definitely do the new ones.
You think they're gonna have every Elder as an Arc Tempered?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. And probably AT Safi Jiva as well. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that they'll bring back the old ones that they had. I don't know if we'll see AT Ruiner. Probably. I bet we'd probably see AT Ruiner.
What else would they add? Because Tempered already got Pepega Slam.
Yeah. It's probably, I really hope not, but just the way how much stronger the Safi Jiva weapons are, I'm thinking it's probably just going to be a stat buff. I think it's just going to be bloat.
Could be.
Well, I mean, Arc Tempereds didn't have new weapons anyway.
No, they just had the armor, but I'm talking about like the Safi Jiva weapons are so much stronger than like the base weapons that it's probably just going to be an HP bloat on Arc Tempered monsters.
Hopefully not as bad as base game, because base game was a 3 times multiplier.
3 times, yeah.
And
I mean, because what are they at now? They can't have monsters with 100,000 life.
Well, that's the thing. So in single player, Elders have about 25,000. So you're thinking 75?
75k.
And then you think 2.2 or 2.6 times for multiplayer scaling? 150,000 HP? Fuck that shit. Oh my god. On Lunastra?
That's so much sticky LBG. I'd have to go back.
There's too many stickies.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll have to, obviously with the higher HP pool, they're going to have to try to scale back in some regard, but I can't really see them doing at where they're at in like kind of like the lifespan of the game. And if they are working on a new title or something like that, they're probably just going to have to try to artificially lengthen the content drip.
Right. Well,
you know what I mean?
And yeah, and I get that. Adding stuff. Like a new raid, either Arc Tempered Kolv or Sakujiva, adding all these Arc Tempered Elders, adding their new monster. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff that they're already announced that they're going to add, which is
if
great.
they do that every 2 weeks, that's like the rest of the year. So
no, but like that's a lot of shit. Like
yeah, it is,
and that's fine. But like I don't know, dude. With Arc Tempered, I don't know if people are going to hate that more than like it. With how they're going to plan on doing that. Well, I don't know how they're going to plan on doing it, but if they just do it the same as they did in base game, like. I think that's going to be more of a turnoff than anything. If it's just armor, especially if it's shit armor, like most Arc Tempered armor was pretty bad.
Yeah.
There was like a couple hit or miss pieces, but you're right. It's got to be something good.
I think the only Arc Tempered armor that was good before was Yostra and Xeno.
Kieran.
Nergi's got a couple pieces. Kieran's got a couple pieces.
Nergi had some good stuff. And did Kieran have anything?
Kieran chests and Kieran gauntlets. Yeah.
Kieran gauntlets for the thunder attack, and then Kieran chest for the free Ellie.
Oh, okay. From my gunner side, we didn't use those, so.
Yeah, you wouldn't know anything about that, Mr. Spare Shot. So.
Yeah. But yeah, Kieran, and then Nergigante, and Kushala was used every once in a while for charge blade players because of the focus gloves, but that's really about it.
Oh, were the gloves good?
Yeah, it's focus 2 and then like 3 level 1 slots, so perfect for artillery and all that stuff. So.
Okay. Yeah, so hopefully it's not just a huge stat buff. Well, I mean, I'm okay with the stat buff. Obviously, it's Arc Tempered, they could have a stat buff, but hopefully it's not as bad. Like maybe if base HP is 25k for an Elder, if they just made them like 35k, 45k, even that would be stretching it. Because not from a non-speedrunner standpoint, what do you think is the average time that a player takes to kill Tio?
Yeah, that's
like
true.
10,
it
15
could be
minutes for a good
longer
player?
than that.
Longer.
No, 25.
For a person that knows what they're doing, 10, 15
20 to 30 minutes. 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay. And I just
so let's say your MR 90, and you got to HR 120 in base world or something like that. It's probably going to take you a good 20 to 30 minutes to kill a Teo.
And then you think if they can't triple that HP, that would be fucking insane.
You could
2-hour hunts, baby.
Right, but I mean, like if they just gave them like a little bit higher stagger threshold, the new attacks because they always get new attacks, and then gave them just like a bit more life, like 7,000 more life. Mm-hmm. I think that.
Fem, have you ever heard of a boss that didn't have a shit ton more life? Are you serious? Have you ever heard of a new boss that didn't have way more life than the other one? Like, come on.
Now my final form.
Yeah,
exactly, dude. I'm sorry. That's the one thing that every new iteration of any boss across any genre in any video game has always had.
Dude, what's that?
Once you're the end boss, you have the most life out of everyone by far.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the AT staple, though, isn't it? As well.
Yeah.
The bloat, baby.
Get ready, man. 86k. Not that bad.
Lunastra multiplayer, already mathed it out, is going to have 210,000 life if that's
the case. Yeah, that's perfect.
I don't think it'll be that bad, honestly, but it probably is going to end up being double, I'd imagine. Just think about, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just like watching too many Sword and Shield speedruns, but the amount of damage that weapon puts out, and we're back down now to 3 to 5 minute hunts. So it wouldn't be outside the realm of belief for 7 to 9 minute runs.
Well, I mean, if they're 3 times the HP, it's gonna be a lot more than 7 to 9.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about like I don't think it'll be 3 times, but yeah, probably maybe 2.5. That wouldn't surprise me at all. 2.25.
2, I think I could be okay with that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you think Bo right now on Tio, which is the best fight and the best weapon against Tio. Well, I mean, besides Glenn, but fuck Glenn. Is about 2.5 minutes, somewhere around there. So if you think it's a 5-minute fight for Arc Tempered, I think that's okay.
Yeah, that'd be all right. I'd start to worry about like Lance and hunting horse stuff like that.
I'm not worried about those. I'm worried about the casual players. I know it sounds stupid coming from me. People aren't going to be able to. They're not. But they're not. But that's what the game's catered to, and people aren't going to be able to do that shit.
That's kind of true.
Yeah,
honestly,
they will. They'll get someone like you to carry their 3
No, they won't.
They'll all be like, "Oh yeah, we're the best."
No,
like, dude, that's how it's going to be.
Tool Specialist 3. Oh gosh, man. And honestly, like we're forgetting a major part of the AT thing as well. It's not just the HP bloat; it's the damage bloat as well. So you're gonna start. People are gonna cart.
We get fucking 1 shot anyway. Now everyone gets 1 shot.
People are gonna start carting more, and then you fail more often. I don't know, man. I have no idea what they're gonna do for ATs. I think we are gonna see probably the new monsters first. I don't think we'll see AT Teo or AT Kushala or any of those, maybe for a while. But I think we'll see AT Valkana and AT Namiel and all those.
Arc Tempered's come out before the new monster does.
Yeah, but I think we'll see those first, and then I think we'll see maybe the returners later or something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't think they're gonna be like AT Teo, and people are gonna be like, "Who cares? Like this thing again?" They'll probably start off with like AT.
I care.
Or something like that. We care, but I don't think again the normal player.
I don't think, dude. Ask any normal player if they're hyped for Arc Tempered Namiel.
No, I don't.
Nobody.
Dude,
nobody.
Everybody hates Kushala and everybody hates Lunastra. It's like so overwhelming hate, dude.
Nobody like Kushala doesn't even
Kushala
like Kushala.
Fucking sucks.
Yeah,
yes.
It's tough. Unless like I don't know. I guess you see like longsword players and greatsword players, and they're like,
oh, they just fucking stagger
just headlock, just headlock forehead,
just press X.
Yeah, just that over and over again.
Speaking of them, I think that's
us charge blade players against Lunastra. We're like, yeah, who cares? Just throw. If we can throw ice at it, we're good. That's
right.
Ice charge blade, the best weapon in the game by far. Just hit it with some more ice.
Yep. I guess if you want to power scale it with everything else, like, you know, I don't think there's a weapon that I guess like Zinogre heavy bow gun that's like wildly better than the rest of the heavy bow guns.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Ice charge blade's right there though. Weapon that's just way better than the other ones.
All right. Well, that's actually a good segue because we're gonna start our runs. I think the first one on our list we're gonna watch is Charge Blade, and it's gonna be a Cantor who finally got his sub 4 on Ruiner Nergigante recorded this time because last time he fucked up his recording, so that sucks.
He didn't fuck it up. The game updated mid recording, so it
that sucks.
So it borked his. I think that's what happened, isn't it? Like the game updated.
It was something absurd, yeah.
Or the client updated at the same time.
Yeah, it was bad stuff.
Yeah.
But we're gonna watch him do this. I've already seen it, so whenever you guys are ready, we're gonna go.
I'm ready.
Run to the bathroom really quick for like 20 seconds.
Okay. Am I watching? Where am I watching this? Am I clicking on it?
Yeah, if you want to click on it on YouTube, I'm gonna have it playing. So.
Okay, I'll watch it from your screen. All right.
Well, I mean, not from my screen. I'm gonna be playing it on my side. They'll show up on the recording.
Okay, I got it. I didn't know where we were watching it, but I'm ready to click on this.
All right, so whenever you guys are ready, so 3, 2, 1, let's go. We'll be right back. Just a second. Jin commentating.
Jin, what's happening, dude? I don't know what this is. What is this? Who's this guy, man? What weapon is this? What monster is that? I'm freaking out.
Oh, so let's see what he decides to do here. I know Akintor put in a lot of work over the past month and a half to get this done. And there was a couple other Charge Blade Masters that were doing it as well. To see a 357 come out on Ruiner is very, very impressive. Oof, that first trip right away, just setting him up, man. Look at this. Let's see. What's he doing with it? Oh,
it's hard to tell. Right. He's got that amazing layered armor going on right now. Look, it looks really good. I was watching some of his earlier runs, and he was using the Nergigante Charge Blade for the extra dragon damage and Elder Seal to break the quills, but I think he's back to using gold in this one. I think he was experimenting with it because this fight is about 90% Savage X. So we'll see what he's got. It's kind of like got that new thing where you do a certain damage threshold to Ruiner, and then he starts the roar where he brings his arm up. So it becomes a lot more predictable. This has always been a really favorable fight for Charge Blade anyway. Nice
Any weapon that can deliver a big impact amount, I'm sorry, not a big impact amount of damage to shatter his spikes, this fight's going to be a more favorable fight for them for sure.
And what's also been really nice about Charge Blade is that the files are AoE, so you're breaking files or you're breaking quills on the opposite side of the body. So so you throw files into one arm and have it go across the shoulder into the other arm, so you have the chance to knock him back down whenever he stands up.
Correct. Keeps it going, keeps a nice cycling going.
Yeah.
You know, when I look at fights like this, in my head, I always try to just think about what am I going to break next. And when you talk about Charge Blade being able to, you know, start off on one part of the body and kind of carry itself through, that's probably why you see Charge Blade just usually be at the top tier when it comes to some of the melee weapon times. It really is a versatile weapon, and there is so much power behind just the placement of how that SAED comes out.
Yeah, it is. It's like a big timing thing, and it's you know, it's not quite as powerful as like a great sword, as like a long sword, repeated trip locking and stuff like that. But just the AOE factor of it, where you're able to trip up and things like that. So like a good example would be like Lunastra, where you trip from the back legs and throw ice files towards the head, to get flinches and stuff like that the second that the monster stands up. So you can get a little bit greedy with your SAD timings because you know that you're going to flinch the monster on stand up.
Oof.
I love the use of Savage Axe now.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Oh
how
my God.
Charge Blade has options.
Yeah. I was talking about, and it's different from fight to fight. It gets a little crazy because you're like, man, do I want to do Elemental Acceleration or do I want to do Savage Axe? Do I need to put Master's Touch on here? Do I use the Razor Sharp Charm? How much element do I want to use? It gets kind of crazy.
And I like that sort of versatility in weapons. That's what makes gunning so fun for me because there's so much of that. You know, you have to think about it so much.
Mm-hmm.
You're not pigeonholed into one play style.
Right.
Yeah, it went from one of the least flexible weapons to one of the most flexible weapons, just in, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I guess, varied. It's really cool. And, you know, you got, like, bow and dual blades using, like, all silver los, and,
Ooh,
but Charge Blade has a good 6 or 7 different sets right now, which is awesome. It's got the AD timings down perfectly. That roar for Enrage.
Oh, I was really hoping that spike would have broken. There you go.
On the arm. Yeah, you got
There it
it.
is.
And that's kind of what Jin and I were talking about while you were away, because like the AoE factor of Charge Blade, like you used to do it with the files, but now you're doing it with the Savage Axe thing where you're trying to hit multiple body parts at the same time.
Right. Nice.
And you're
good
like,
finish.
Oh, nice ending.
With no shield, AED finish. Amazing. 357. I do want to see the set here because I was saying earlier as well, and some of the other runs that I was watching of his, and some of the sets some of his runs earlier, he was using the Nergigante Charge Blade for that extra dragon damage and the extra white sharpness, and some of the Elder Seal also helps break some of those quills, which is pretty cool.
I went straight Cold Rathian and Poison.
Mm-hmm. The classic. Not as much Agitator as I thought he would be running. I guess he wants more consistency.
Right.
I would be running Agi 5 against Nerg.
He's always enraged the whole time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you can force it pretty early, too. He doesn't need much damage for Enrage Roar.
Alrighty. So then the next one we got going on here is going to be Prey. Everyone knows Prey. Prey does some amazing great sword stuff. And he has it's not TA, it's Great Sword versus Black Veil Vaal, which is a fucking shitty fight. So
yeah, and he's using Elemental Greatsword.
Right. Well. No, Prey does a lot of stuff, and yeah, I am glad to see that he's branching out and playing all the weird off-meta stuff, and playing Elemental Greatsword, which is weird.
One of his most recent runs is Brachidio's Blast Greatsword against Velkhana, and I absolutely loved that hunt. That was amazing to watch. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Prey's got some cool stuff.
So
very creative.
If you guys are ready, I'm gonna start it down. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
God, Ancient Forest.
The worst map. We've been on this map for 2 years. I still don't know my way around that map.
Yeah, like where like Nargacuga like goes to sleep and all that.
Yeah, like the whole center area is just.
How the hell do I get there? I don't know where I'm at.
Yeah, Vaal is also just fucking awful fight. Worst monster in the worst area.
Yeah, I feel like they definitely did take some steps back from base world Vaal.
Well, base world Vaal is so boring, but this one is just
annoying.
It's annoying. It's straight annoying.
Yeah.
You gotta start with tenderize. So.
I'm interested to. It's kind of. I thought that he would tenderize the arms, not the head. Try to get those arm breaks early so that you can work on the head. Right,
because arm break doesn't topple him anymore like it used to.
Really?
Yeah, that's the other shitty thing. So before Vaal, you could have 2 guaranteed topples by breaking each arm, and now he doesn't do that. He just staggers.
Huh. I guess I would just thought that I had caught him flinching at the same time that I did an arm break or something like that, because I have noticed that he's not breaking as much.
Yeah, that's a little lame.
Okay, so just the head topples then.
Ugh, good.
Oh, that was beautiful.
What I really like as well is the his roar is easier to dodge and stuff.
Is that an impact mantle?
Yeah. Why did you go dunk pod for? Just so he didn't have to. He has so much ammo readily available. Why did he go dunk pod for the cancel?
He's standing on top of a red pit.
Yeah. I'm just wondering why. Yeah, why dunk pod?
I guess he didn't have to worry about it. You can't dunk pod the elders anyway, so why not?
1400 damage.
So juicy, especially the elemental. It's cool.
Ooh, good KO.
Nice.
I've done the re-tenderize.
He's always has his TCS timings done perfectly, which you have to have as a great sword player. But his are always really impressive.
His are mint.
You can see him hold on to him for a second too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's got that level 2.5 charge kind of thing sometimes going on, where it's like kind of uncomfortable to watch because he doesn't get the character flash, but it's because it's timed perfectly for the TCS wake up.
Yeah, like Prey is so good on wake ups. Watch any of his runs, the wake up is just that's his bread and butter.
He's got a sick Oki game. Look at those flinches.
This is just bodying this guy's head over and over and over. I love this.
And this is kind of what we were talking about earlier as well, that like players aren't going to know what kind of like what they're looking at and how impressive it is. They're just going to be like, oh, he's just hitting him in the head over. When they don't think about like staggering the TCS timing and all that stuff.
Oh, he brought the boulders in.
Good position on the boulders, but unfortunately he got hit by them, which lost him a couple seconds. He's got to get that sub 4. Oh, and the whiff on the charge there, that's... Yeah.
You can definitely do it.
Dunk. Yeah, he can sub for it. I don't know if he wants to because Vaal's such an ass of a fight, but...
Another miss.
Yeah, he's getting the misses, heads on the wall that time.
So he's missed a full level 2 and a full level 1.
Plus he got
So
pushed
far.
by boulders, but I can't imagine that this run was any fun to do.
No, look how just crammed in the wall he is.
No, lost tenderize.
Oh my
It's also
god.
gonna hurt.
Wow.
Actually, it doesn't even hurt that bad. He did 1200 without tenderize. I think he's doing 1314 with.
He was doing 15.5, so he's
Oh, 15.5.
losing.
Okay, that is pretty
he's-
junk.
Yeah, losing a good 300 damage here and there.
Oh,
nice.
good aerial.
Them mounts. Get the dunk off. No,
Yeah, okay,
not
so he's
enough.
using those dunk pods for those free cancels constantly.
I'm a big fan of that aerial hit, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Brings it back to those Leshen days.
Yeah, baby.
Oh. Felt good.
Oh, good finish.
Nice, good end,
Wow.
good ending.
Dude, Vaal
Good
didn't
ending.
get to do shit.
No, he was locked. That was a lock.
It's tough because, I mean, like a single charge or a single back step or something like that could have really made it bad. But
Oh yeah, once he starts backing up and spewing gas, Vaal just
and he got what I noticed about that one is whenever I try to play Greatsword, like seriously, I always get messed up by claggers, but he had the damage calc down really well so that he only ever claggered on TCS, which is really, really nice.
Ray's a smart guy. Good run.
I see that 95% affinity, man. What have you missed? Oh. Lacked a
It
crit.
happens.
All right, so the next one we got is we have one we talked about earlier, which is old Peppo over here.
Peppo.
Tigrex run.
Peppo's Tigrex run. Now, originally I was gonna put it in Rainey's, but I thought it would have been funnier if I put it in Peppo's.
This hunt was made of the third. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. He had to put that in there too, just that extra insult to
Oh
injury.
my God.
Again, from the outside, it doesn't look like that big of a deal, but for those of you in the know, it's like it's just that extra little dagger in there, you know.
It's funny stuff.
That's so disrespectful.
So if you guys are ready, and in 3, 2, 1, we're gonna play it.
Yep.
I've watched this one a few times already, and it is very, very impressive.
It's
His
a good run.
creativity with EA Slash is really interesting.
Oh.
Like using never mind. No spoilers. Yeah, Peppo's a beast.
Yeah, he complains a lot, but he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, it's that passion, honestly. That's like what I always kind of think about it. You know what I mean? The people that seem to complain a lot,
They
it's
just
like
care.
it just shows how much they care, how much passion they have for it.
Took an early hit.
Yeah. And I really did like that clutch claw start as well. I saw people doing that kind of like in the beta, and that's always still really creative to see, where you just like basically get a free ride on Tigrex while he backs up and goes to the beginning roar.
Right. I'm
And if you
surprised
have
he
your
didn't want to tenderize though. Like, why would you not just start tenderize?
hit zones are decent enough, I think, against Tigrex.
No.
Maybe he just wanted to start getting the orange and stuff like that. Get orange and red before he starts, before you get the extra enrage damage, I'd imagine.
Ooh. Oh, that was a good EI counter, but unfortunately he didn't get the poke.
Get the stab would have been perfect.
That would have been
I guess
so
he
hype.
opportunity.
Like that. That was a good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Again, keeping track of like the claggers, so we can use it for helm breakers. The claggers and the flinches.
Does Peppo not have audio?
I have audio.
No, but Peppo, like he's just. There's no background audio. He just plays blank. All right.
No music?
Yeah, I don't play music whenever I do it.
I just usually people do. I just thought it was a little weird.
That counter, I watched that one like 3 times because it is like just to have the like the presence of mind to delay it because you know you're not going to get hit until the end of the spin. That was really impressive.
Right. Oh, that poke whiff. Oh.
Because I would have EA countered right at the beginning, but he waited till the end.
He took a hit. There's a whiff. Okay.
Yeah, he needs to improve on it a little bit, but he's got some, hidden knowledge going on here. Like, how did he not get hit up against the wall right there? Like, what the fuck?
Relax, man. It's only his 3rd try.
Good EI counter there, too.
Oof.
He has missed a few foresights into helm breakers. I think he's missed 3 so far, so he could definitely speed this up by quite a bit.
According to him, it's not his fault. It's the game's coding. All of those should have been perfect hits.
Oh, that's a good topple, though. Wow, that was actually really quick. Holy fuck.
Yeah, that was sick.
Pretty nice, but he can definitely improve it by, it looks like, at
I want to see a
probably 10 seconds.
245 run.
Yeah, I'd say a good 10
Let's
seconds.
go, Peppo. 245. Put your shit together. Let's go.
Yeah,
Cold
that was a pretty good run, though. I like it.
Very good.
I saw like a few foresight into helmbreaker misses that could have really sped it up.
Like, longsword's one of those weapons where, if you get in the flow and you start getting those counters and stuff, it is stylish and it hits hard and it's the most popular weapon for a reason.
It's what I call a tempo weapon. Like once you build up tempo, you just steamroll the monster. But if you don't build up the tempo, then it's really slow. It's like, I always tell like newer players, like watch speedruns to learn things, but you got to make sure that you're watching in a vacuum. Like all these things have to be going right. Like just because your longsword hunts don't look like this doesn't mean that that's how they usually are. You know what I mean?
Right.
Correct.
Because once you get that momentum going, then you just steamroll monsters. But if you don't, it's gonna be tough. Or if you have a cart, then you got to start back over. You don't have any counter. You have no meter.
Yeah, that sucks. Having no meter for sword. Ugh.
0 meter.
All right. So
and then
oh, go ahead, Cups.
I'm sorry. And then all of a sudden the monster's enraged and you have for anything to do.
Yeah.
Just run.
And if you're fighting Ruiner, well, you're just fucked.
Yep.
All right, so the next run, I usually don't put a whole lot of gunner stuff on here, but this is from Millan Rain. If you don't know who Millan Rain is, he goes by Rain in the older games. He does a lot of bow stuff. He's still very active in World. He doesn't get very many views and not huge into social media, it seems like, but he's got some crazy good stuff. So his latest run was a Garuga run, which is a 249 TA on Garuga. And I just wanted to give him some love because I used to watch all his stuff way back in the day.
Water bow. I'm assuming.
Water bow.
Okay.
So in 3, 2, 1, let's go. And yeah, he's one of the other Korean runners with SSH. Koreans love bows.
Can't get enough.
I usually when I see a non-TA run, I kind of like just immediately close the tab. But something about SSH's runs always perk up my ears, and I watch the whole thing.
I like non-TA. It's a total different ball game compared to TA.
If it does have like some big brain setup like how TSC does and some of those guys, then yeah. But if it's just kind of like wall banging into
like
impact
the typical
mantle,
arena.
yeah. Wall bang into boulder and all that stuff.
I would not have thought of that start to just go right for the charge shot and then dodge the ward and start the claw then. Crazy accuracy on his behalf. Getting like as his head's shaking, getting all the hits in.
Yeah. He has that like snap aiming that Faye has.
You're right. Something I don't do. Yeah,
really erratic.
Yeah, it's total different bow style. Going for the KO really early too.
I like this hyper aggressive playstyle. I dig this shit for sure.
It's so fast. It's so aggressive.
He's just on this guy. Damn.
Did he have the head break already?
I don't think so.
Because I would have saved KO for head break.
Bo gets so much time to deal damage and then still get the claw attack. It's ridiculous.
It's like 2 R2s and then a spread, right?
Yeah. You get 3 shots in.
See, I'm really happy about this run so far because I thought it was just going to be AFK dunk strats.
No, it's hyper active bow. And
he's in his face.
It's dunks, but dude, he is just non-stop on him.
Well, whenever I see a lot of Rathian play nowadays, it's kind of like just wait in front of their face until a backflip happens.
Yeah,
they're like
dunk
literally
damage.
not pushing any buttons. But this is very, very aggressive.
Oh, dude, the slide to counter that fireball was nice. Oh, Walter.
That was nuts.
Heading stuck in the wall.
Oh, boo.
Cost him a good 5 seconds.
Nice turnaround shot.
Dude, his reactions are insane.
Hey, dude, Millan's so good.
Very mechanical. Very, very mechanical.
His aiming is ridiculous. You see, he got the aim over that arc tail flip
Yeah.
there.
He was shooting a mid backflip on the head. He's a nuts.
A dunk.
That was
There
nuts.
it is.
That was sick. Because honestly, with like, I always talk about people asking for like bow advice. I kind of say like you treat it like a hammer. Like you kind of, it's not really so much reacting to where the head is, but you predict where the head's going to go, and that's where your spread shots go. But he is honestly just going straight on muscle memory, like just straight on reactions.
Yeah, that was a crazy fight. Like it was so fast. Like he was, just, yeah. What can I say, dude? Millan crushes it.
He's not reacting to head turns or predicting head turns. He's reacting to head turns, which is crazy.
It was a crazy run. So Millan still got it. He's been playing Monster Hunter for fucking ever, and yeah, still cranking out shit. He needs more love. The videos only got 300 views, and this is Asian territory videos. I don't know why. Millan's got some crazy shit.
Don't worry, I liked it. I liked it, and I saved it into Monster Hunter Speedrun folder.
Okay.
I'll definitely be watching.
Now it's immortalized.
Now it's immortalized. Okay. So then the other one I had posted up here was the next one, which is Pochi's, who has a Insect Glaive run on Barioth, the event Barioth quest for the Guild Palace stuff. And it's another non-TA run. However, it's fucking Insect Glaive, and it just, let's just watch it. It's a fucking crazy run.
Good, because I am so tired of people saying Insect Glaive is unplayable. It sucks. Like,
no, dude. Yeah, Insect Glaive is crazy. At least post Safi. So we're gonna play it in 3, 2, 1.
What made it so good post Safi?
The Safi armor in general. The free status and element that it gives is scales so much better.
Gotcha.
And Insect Glaive can get away a lot more with like the just don't get hit forehead.
Yeah, watch out, we got weed music.
A lot of other weapons. So I think that kind of goes well with the Safi armor.
Let's see what we're doing here.
Oh, what do you know? Wallbang, so crazy. I'm just kidding.
The craziest
Insect Glaive of all weapons having to tenderize twice, with also having to keep up essence time, is stupid. That should not be a thing.
Stuff. At least the Insect Glaive mount move does a lot of damage.
Right. That spear attack does so much fucking damage.
I was like so confused the other day. I was like, wait, my armor's like, why am I doing like 700 damage on this thing? This is crazy.
Yeah, Insect Glaive's got some pretty nutty hits too. The blast, oh my god.
Yeah. Tornado slash timings are pretty solid.
That poke, dude. The poke is good.
That downward thrust is sick.
And he had time to swap to mantle mid clagger.
That's good presence of mind as well. Yeah, he's trying to get a lot more of these spears, which is good because that's a ton of damage, and it's mobility at the same time.
Yeah, he's got double utilization there.
Is he gonna just drop one for right now, or both? Okay, he did both.
Yeah, those pokes.
Palico doing some serious work as well. Jesus.
And stopping Barioth from charging there too.
Yeah, that was nice.
Another Clagger.
Puts him in
How
the
many
Clagger
fucking
mode.
explosions have been on the screen? Like
Quite a few.
Bug and Palico are going in. Go over the ice. No, there's wow, that was
the
perfect.
bug. The
The bug
bug topple.
The bug did it. The bug did it.
Into the KO. I'm surprised that he's doing 2 tornado slashes instead of the infinite. Does that make sense?
Tornado slash just hits really hard.
Uh-huh.
But that was the whole run. It's 227, and it's just. I thought it was ridiculous for Insect Glaive.
Yeah, for sure. That was easily one of the better Insect Glaive runs.
It definitely looks like it definitely had like that kind of unga bunga feel where you just like never stop and you just kind of like let your, like forego all safety. But
Right.
there was a lot of stuff going on at the same time too. Again, very reactionary, but there was also some good thought behind there.
So yeah, I don't know. I really like that. We don't show Insect Glaive a whole lot either, because there's not a lot of Insect Glaive runners. There really isn't.
Yeah. Now that Zebra's kind of taking a step back.
Yeah, Zebra's playing Arc Knights or something.
And Chef as well.
Yeah, Chef's not doing a whole lot.
They'll be back.
They will.
They
all
all
come back.
come back.
They'll be back.
Yeah.
Those are sick.
So Jin had posted this one. This is the last one we have here is a 2-player run. And this is the Tempered Kushala run with Greatsword and Hunting Horn. And we don't see very many 2-player runs. It's something that me and Sybil need to start getting into.
Bro, this is heroics too.
Double heroics?
Bro, just wait till you see this run.
I have not seen this run.
This run is legit as hell.
I don't think you guys put it in the Google Doc. I don't see it.
Oh yeah, I did. I must have hit some here. I got you. It's in the chat.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
Yeah, I've not seen this one, so I'm curious to see what this is like. But
oh, just wait. This is my boy.
Double runs. Who is this? Who does this?
From our Discord, CMing. CMING. He's another of the FAR players.
Okay. The people that we have Corolli to translate for. Got it.
Seeming 2163 is the channel name.
All right, when you guys are ready, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So it's Greatsword Hunting Horn. Tempered Kushala. Tempered Kushala is also an interesting pick.
More hit points. More hit points.
Yeah, but did they do this intentionally, or is this just they were casually?
No, they do this intentionally.
Okay.
This is the Zora Greatsword as well, so that extra blast damage.
So got the charge for the free heroics. I see it. Where did Kushala go? Jump down?
Down below.
They did that pre-buff?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is going on?
Bro, he's over there buffing on the horn.
I see the horns buffing.
Dude, savagery.
Cat's set up.
The rare use of the Zinogre hunting horn.
It's got wind pressure, right?
I think so, yeah. I think that's like the only thing it has going for it.
Oh, nice tenderize prior to the fucking wall slam. That was cool. Poison, because Kushala does not like poison. Got it. Ugh, good chunky damage.
1k.
That was not even true crit.
Level 2, yeah.
2268. Oh
my god.
Oh my god, that's so much damage. We got spin to win horn over here. Oh,
dude, if I were a TA runner or just a speedrunner, I'd be really scared of using blast, messing up all my flinch thresholds and everything like that.
Look at this lock. This lock is ridiculous.
Trying to what's the 2 spins.
1100 on the second hit.
2351. Oh
2351.
Ridiculous numbers with heroics greatsword.
Stab spin.
And he's just fucking stab spinning.
He's waiting on that one.
Like the greatsword's gonna get the fucking topple every time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, every time.
Because like I don't know, all the exhaust damage that the hunting horn is putting in as well, it's like guaranteed head knockdown.
Dude, the 2300 hit is guaranteed head knockdown.
Look at this. They've literally brought him from the top of the hill down here, just inching him forward each time with the KO.
The momentum of him falling down.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's the head break. So what is that? 20% life?
Yeah, it's 20.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's usually when things get scary because he's gonna want to get up and limp away right now.
And no tenderize to the tenderize window.
Oh
closed.
god, he just got the flipping. Oh, the stagger.
They're just trying to finish. They don't care about the tenderize.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, nice.
Wow.
Sick.
229, 2-player run.
And
Why is all melee use TO crown? Is it still that amazing?
yeah, two level 2s instead of 1 level 4.
Yeah, okay, yeah, because we don't have good level 4 deckers.
Yeah, the 2 level 2s you use it for, charge blade, use it for all that stuff, all the magazine and crit boost and focus and all that good stuff. And great sword probably using it too for focus, I'd imagine.
That's crazy. That was a cool run, Jen. I like that one. You
Yeah,
don't see
really
2-player stuff often.
I pick good runs. I think I picked
There's a
good runs.
couple interesting things to take away with the pre-tenderize on that one, and the way to activate heroics that early on.
That seems to be standard though. If you've seen a lot of heroics Kushala run, you can get them to charge you right away, and everyone starts heroics that way. But yeah,
and then you get the bomb start and all that stuff. It always happened very quickly though.
it was a very fast opening. Yeah. Cool stuff. Okay, so I think that basically brought over everything we're gonna talk about. So Cups, you got anything else you want to say or chill or talk about before we head out?
I don't think so. I think we talked about a lot.
Yeah,
we did.
in
we did.
like a good way. I was kind of a little nervous about, what if we don't have enough stuff to talk about or whatever. But once we get going about Monster Hunter, I guess we can't stop.
I know, right?
Yeah, those runs were sick. We talked about like the ATs and everything that's coming, the new variant, all that stuff. That's pretty much all things going on right now for Monster Hunter. We talked about Boston a little bit as well. Maybe one day I'll step in.
You play
I
for
would
realsies?
Yeah, I would like to. I'm trying to think of who I would like to team with if I were to go to Boston. It'd probably be somebody like, kind of about my level. Maybe like a Frosty or something like that.
Yeah, Frosty. After you called him out earlier. Yeah, let's see.
Come on, he knows. He knows I love him.
Let's see, Frosty, Sammy, or Moko, maybe.
Yeah, Moko, or I don't know. I think Chef's up in that area. He's way better than me.
Chef does a lot of Insect TA stuff. He's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm sure. I know he's amazing, but I bet he'd probably still like me. But yeah, that'd be pretty sick. One day, man. One day. G rank would be fun to play with as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember that about the NA championships a couple of years ago, is that the Lance set was like the only good one. So we saw a bunch of Lance and a bunch of Switch X, if I remember right.
Yep.
Because those were the good ones. You would know better than I would.
That's the problem with the arena stuff, though, is that they kind of shoot.
It's all about presets. Whatever they give you, that's going to determine what weapon you use.
I did the Zinogre one, and I was like, man, this is actually pretty sick. And then I was like, let's try the Great Sword one, and it was like Slugger 5 Great Sword with like no crit on it. I'm like, this is
it's a fucking heavy bow gun with spread 3 on recoil 3, slow reload, and ice ammo with no ice skills. Like, what the fuck are we supposed to do?
Not good. Not good.
It's shitty times. But
yeah, I really appreciate you guys having me on though. This was awesome.
Of course, man.
Thanks
we appreciate you coming on.
Cups.
Yeah, dude.
So, all right, I guess we're gonna get out of here. So, thank you again, Cups, for hanging around, and we'll be back next week with whoever else has got a webcam and a beer.
Yep.
Okay, peace.
Sounds good. Bye, guys.
See you guys.